turned like the face to the barbarians.
Yes, he was one of them.
He was standing beside him.
That was quick. Cool. So we pick up. Yeah. So at this point, for those of us that are on the screen. Alright, cool. So. Alright, so we come back. You guys are still at the Nettleby Ranch. You guys have had covering up for last time we were playing, 2 weeks ago now. You guys went into looking after the Fire Witch, apparently. You guys were taken to a burial tomb where you discovered that it belonged to one of the roaming tribes in the area.
Everybody was buying.
A lot of people are.
You have the barbarian horde that basically was traveling through, approached you guys outside of the tunnel. I think you guys went through there. Then, as we're sitting there, where you guys went back to the Nettleby Ranch with this horde and the raid that was brought, the Revanant that was brought back as one of the spirits. You guys went to the Nettleby Ranch with the promise that they aren't going to kill anybody, but with the understanding that there are going to be repercussions for those that desecrated the grave site, which you guys agreed to, as long as everybody else was basically untouched. So we come back. Everybody is in the middle courtyard for the ranch. In front of you guys on the ground, on their knees, are both the elder Nettleby and his son, his eldest son. So you have both Bertrand and Wiggin there, yes. So, going forward,
they're under the effects of Zone of Truth.
you guys were starting to, yes, everybody's under the effect of Zone of Truth as far as you know, yes. And you guys were asking some questions of them, and that's where we left off for the evening.
I was not in the zone of truth. I was on top of the roof.
Yes, you and Prince are back. On either roof, on behind them, yes.
Well, the party made the save, but the farmers didn't, if I recall.
Well,
Some of them, yes.
I think one under.
The ones I wanted to ask questions to, anyway.
Taylor, can you get that cap by your feet?
Wow, way
So,
over there.
again, that's where we left off last.
Yeah.
So the question is, what do you guys want to do? Behind you or behind them, you see 15 to 20 Goliaths that are waiting for you guys to finish whatever you're doing before they take out their revenge.
So they're Goliath
That's
barbarians as well.
deadly.
So they're Goliath as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Goliaths, there's some humans, there's a few
Challenge
others
cannot win.
that are in the area there.
No,
The
you
group
can't fight
No,
them.
no. No, we can't.
How you doing? So,
Well,
but once again, what would you guys like to do?
But we can go down guns a-blazing.
we're not trying to fight anybody or pick a fight, so we're not going to do that.
I honestly totally forgot the conversation I had with the
Can I check
guy in the house.
the woods or any
Before
other
we
area
went?
around us to see if there's any more
He was
maybe
gonna give you gold.
barbarians? Maybe this is just like a little portion
No, I already
of them,
figured we're not getting.
like a greeting party.
I don't think we are
And
at
then
this
they're
point.
like,
Oh yeah, I'm hiding
they're
in
just
the bushes.
waiting.
I
Maybe
totally
You
there's
are,
some
yeah.
on the house. Maybe I have a better perspective of looking out.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll perception.
I was hiding in the bushes.
You're off somewhere.
18 for your
18?
perspective. Side closest to you would be like the top. Down here would be the bottom.
Top,
for the way
bottom,
the camera, yeah.
right, left, yeah. So, going forward, as far as what you see, nothing else is standing out in the area to you. Graham, on the other hand, you know from your experience, this is a very small group compared to what the normal hordes are. From your remembering, the hordes stand 200 to 300 personnel, men strong. So this is very small compared to what normally comes out for war parties.
Well,
After I look, I would just like to get tight to the top of the roof,
Okay.
kind of settle down, and just keep a bird's eye view on everything that's going on.
Yeah, not a problem. So, what I did remember was Kyrie and Ilya. You two were both ones that were going to be asking the questions.
yeah, we were the ones talking to the farmers and stuff.
Yeah.
Prince should be by him, or is he by me? Prince?
Prince, you said was on a different roof. On another roof?
He's on another roof watching.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we do now?
So, in front of you guys have basically bound in rope in front of you guys on the ground, Wigan and his son.
Okay.
So, you were gonna ask them questions about what was happening last I remember.
Yeah,
as far as your thought train.
I have a question. I would like to come over and, since you two are going talking, I'll ask you to ask them. Where is Marlowe's right now?
Alright. I'll turn to the farmers and ask, do you know the location of Marlowe's?
Okay, cool. So you're gonna sit there, and both Bertrand and Wigan are trying to. They're struggling with what they're trying to say, and from your experience, this is the effective zone of truth. Nobody can tell a blatant lie. The first one to speak is Elder Nettleby Wigan. He sits there and goes. He is in the keep. And he's stuttering as he's saying it because he's
We're trying to resist.
thinking he's trying to resist the spell. So,
What keep?
River Guard Keep.
River Guard keep. Okay. We trust these results at the very least.
What are his plans for the near future?
Do you know anything about his plans?
No.
He doesn't know.
Has he heard anything about an attack on a far-reaching, a far-out island?
Do you know anything about an attack on an island?
Both Bertrand and Wigan sitting there shaking their heads. No.
I think they were only primarily involved in this little bit here, mainly.
Were they were the ones that set the fire. So
At his command.
were any of them spellcasters?
Are there any casters among you?
No.
How did they perform the fire?
Flint and tinder, I imagine?
Practice of elimination because there was a scroll as well.
How did you start the fire?
Stuff we had around the farm.
Basic tools, no scrolls,
No.
no magical means.
Do they have a way of contacting or communicating with Marlowe?
Can you get in touch with Marlis at all?
Bertrand shakes his head no. And Wigan sits there silent, doesn't say anything. He just sits there silently and doesn't say anything.
That's how you break zone of truth. It's technically not alive.
I know. All right.
I think I just see it.
How do you get your information? Does someone come or is it just
Is there a messenger that comes from Marlowe to you?
We sent messengers through different people.
Are there any distinguishing marks to go by?
Any symbols to recognize you or him? Something code related or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right.
Everyone's outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I sleeping upstairs?
Of the
House?
house. So you have to go across.
Well, I'm in a house.
You're on top of the building closest to you to that side.
Yeah.
Was the barn.
The barn.
Yeah, Prince was on the other side on one of the other storehouses.
I just go into the house. Just kind of like, I'll do it stealthily, but not like I'm trying to hide. Like I'll take a general route, but I'll try to go stealthily. So if I do
Roll
get caught,
stealth
it's not like.
Okay.
Everybody sees you.
I fall.
So, as you go to come off the building, what you thought was actual, like a pile of hay, you step on it, it's the edge of a wagon. And you end up falling and spreading the hay everywhere.
Can I get up and play it off? Like, not go inside anymore, just like I was trying to get a different position though. Just kind of, I'm like, get out of the hay, stand there.
Do you notice that because of how much noise you're making, that the entire back half of the group stand there all turn and look at you?
You okay over there?
I'm a panther, so I just kind of sit there and just.
Okay, cool.
So, that being said, you just
Alright.
stay there.
All right.
Who is the one that received? Who is the? Who are the people that got the messages or meet the people? Because there's got to be someone that meets with the people. And delegation.
Who are your points of contact?
I was trying. Okay. The priest by the stones.
Sorry, what was that?
The priest with the stones.
Priest of Stones. Where do you meet them?
Under town.
What building do you go to?
He doesn't respond. Neither of them do. Both Grim and Fairy, you guys know of the moving stones. The moving stones from earlier in the campaign.
Yeah. The first game of
The room, the general area that the guy's talking about.
That's good.
Because you guys have already been through that area and fell into it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
If do I can hear this?
Yeah.
As at that point, I just move over, like
You move behind Grim.
to the side. Kind of like brush up by him, kind of like extra hard. Make sure he's paying attention.
Okay.
All right.
So.
Can't think of anything else to ask.
What is the strength of his group that he's with?
How many are you?
That I know, 13.
13 members, including Marlos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside affiliation?
Any other groups you associate with?
No?
Okay, a personal question for the town. Do they go into for the ranch? When do they go out of the ranch? Do they go out into town, or someone bring in supplies? Do you send supplies out?
That.
Okay, so you're trying to figure out.
If,
You said a lot of things that all circled around each other.
basically movements of the ranch coming in and going out.
Normal, every day, taking stuff into town. We're still a ranch.
Do you have a specific time frame where you meet with the people for these?
No.
Okay.
What do you get out of working with Marlo?
What does he get out from working with Marlos?
I know it's not money.
All the stuff you planted, just make it back to them.
Definitely not money.
You already looked for all that.
He tells you, yeah.
A priest with stone.
Just making sure real quick.
Then it's not
No.
mentioned today.
Yeah.
This is, he has plans.
He has plans, but what about you and your ramp?
Operate as normal.
Operate as normal. So I work with
He, we like his plans.
He's on the trip, just yeah, long.
An hour.
Of the plans that you know of, what are they?
Of the what?
What are the
probably.
plans that you know of?
Close.
Just what he tells me to do.
Standard is maybe like a small guy.
Okay. Who are the eternal flames and the correlation with you and Marlon?
Do I know the Eternal Flames?
As far as being referenced, yes. That is another group that's associated with the Black Earth.
With what?
The Black Earth?
The Black Earth.
Marlon is part of the Black Earth.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yes.
And then he was trying to pin the blame on the eternal flame. So why would he try to pin the blame on part of himself? Unless of course it's a distraction for his group has many different faces.
Yeah.
He could be just using them for his own purposes.
Can I go around the corner, drop my panther form,
Yeah.
and I come back?
Yeah, because there's just all these panthers around all the time.
It's like you don't want to change your clothes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take my shirt, you don't get out of my doing here, you don't take my shirt to come back.
We see these barbarians, the Roman barbarians, kind of made upset. So we're gonna probably leave them to you and see how it turns out. I was glad we watched
That sounds like a threat.
how it goes up.
He's trying to intimidate somebody.
It would be fun. That's so, if we were to somehow either help you
what would you need?
Cooperation in
Stop a lot of
I agree. You didn't pay me, so.
No, you don't.
golden plan. Not necessarily right now, but helping you out now would greatly aid in your future. So, this future things that are going to come up, and you would be, it might be able to
Roll persuasion.
Not 20.
So,
Oh, let me see. No, 20.
was it 20?
Not 20, and then you would ask them what the fighter was.
Yeah. So, Bertrand looks at you, looks back to his dad, and then just hangs his head. Silent. Wigan looks at you and just starts to smile. He looks from you to the barbarian chief that's sitting there, the spirit of the past chief, and he looks around and he's like, "The decision's been made for me already.
Repeat that?
The decision has already been made."
Well, I tried.
Well,
I like to
actually,
sum up. How close are the barbarians? Do we have a little bit of room? Are they right there?
They're no more than 10 feet from you.
10 feet?
Yeah.
I like to crouch down.
Like they're giving you some space, but they're not giving you very much.
I like to crouch down and get right to his ear. The black priest that runs with the floating rock, that does everything, that works with the people that I know you're working with. Where in town can I go to see him? How far along are they in the process? And what does this have to do with scrolls?
With what?
Scrolls.
Scrolls? Roll persuasion. Leave it on here. Oh, that one you can use, yeah. Not renew. You can go down there with him. 13 total?
he has plenty of people.
He says if you want to find...
But aren't they in the zone of truth still?
Yeah.
Just making sure they didn't invade us.
Just to double check, the zone of truth lasted 10 minutes. We're still within that time frame.
Yes. You're about 5 minutes, about halfway through at this point. Just because there was a pause with nobody asking questions.
Okay.
But it is still in the area.
Okay, it's still up.
It's still up. It has not dropped yet. So, making sure I have the right person.
Put it on the wall. Oh, we get to the set.
Have Okay. So he's just there thinking for a minute. He says, "If you want to find the priest, find Hatherhand." Hatherhand.
Hather.
Hatherhand. Hatherhand. Yeah.
And he's whispering this back to me.
Yes.
I didn't hear that.
What?
Yeah, we're just letting you talk right now.
It's not our place. I believe there's a higher power that's running this right now that wants him more than we. I believe we just walk out with our lives. What happens, happens.
Well, they're
Sit over there. I mean,
They have another choice. We could kill them instead of letting the barbarians kill them.
The barbarian
Yeah.
wants. The barbarian
Yeah.
wants.
I'm fine
What do
with
you want? You want me to kill it and give it to him, or do you want them to kill it and give it to him?
I preferably wouldn't want anybody to die from the situation.
Well, no, we would do it out of mercy.
I prefer to lay
Graham, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but let's tone it down a bit, okay?
I'd like to lay in bed with the next woman and be like, that doesn't happen.
It's important to show
I have
Blocks out, put them in, up to their neck.
Sorry, guys.
Together we could do great work.
I'm sure I could one shot. But you're right. They don't deserve it. They didn't play.
Anyone want to play golf?
The viciously satisfied.
So what are you guys doing?
Oh, he doesn't answer anything else, or I kind of go back down, and I squeeze the back of his neck and goes, that's one answer for 3 questions.
Sits there silent.
Yes, I'm gonna fire a warning shot, like right past his ear.
Right past his ear. Make an attack roll.
Heroes that
Do I have that?
I'm not too happy though.
To,
Kind of a surprise attack on hidden.
well, if you're trying to hit him, then yes. If you're not going to hit him, then no. This is your accuracy.
13.
13 total.
Yeah.
Roll a d20.
13.
Okay. So, as you go and shoot it, you're aiming. As you shoot it, it doesn't go right past his ear. It goes past his ear as he's sitting there.
Whoops.
So, all of a sudden, you hear the crossbow bolt being released. No clue where it comes from, but it goes right past your ear, and it sticks into the edge of the building from the angle that you aimed at.
Take a second, and I look, I'm talking to the father, correct?
Yeah.
I look at him, and I say, it's always a shame for a father to bury his son or watch him go. And I reach over, and I cast Primal Savagery, and I grab his son by the neck, and I just dig my claws into his throat, and say, that's one answer for 3 questions. And I just hold it. As I have now, just trying to dig my nails, because it allows me to have nails, and it does 3d10 acid damage.
I know what it does.
But you're doing 3D.
Make an attack roll.
Acid damage to someone that has like 2 hit points.
17 plus my 25.
Yeah.
17 plus.
You don't just knock them unconscious. You knock them into next life.
You said 3d10 poison damage?
Yeah, 3d10 acid damage.
Acid damage. Okay. So as you sit there and you go to grab his neck, you, in your effort to show some restraint, that piercing of the skin still excretes the acid. And you end up, you feel your claws sink in farther and farther as you're talking to him.
Also, remember, if you don't actually mean to kill somebody, you can always deal sexual damage, which brings somebody to 0 hit points.
The issue is the acid. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I didn't do this
Yeah.
either.
Not on
I'm,
purpose.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm staring at him, so if he's
So-
dead, if he's not dead, I jack his hand in my hand,
Yeah.
and I'm staring at the old man and
So-
say, 2 more.
Huh?
I say 2 more. He owes me 2 more answers.
Yeah. And he just
You just lost
Sits
all
there and does
motivation
nothing.
for him to answer.
Now you realize that you're getting closer to the windpipe, your claws wise. So if you continue to squeeze, the acid is basically going to burn through his neck.
Barry? Let's go.
2 more,
Barry.
or I'll go through the whole family.
Barry.
I put up my maul and brought my scimitar.
As he's going, I'm going and would like to use.
But to be fair, he's not exactly innocent.
Dark
It's not an issue right now.
You get a pen
Dark exchange.
Okay.
I heal him and then he also is
Who are you trying to heal?
the kid that's
The kid?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a charisma check.
I put them all up and pulled out my sword.
12.
12. There's echo.
You got an echo?
Yeah. It might just be your headset.
Oh, it's probably, yeah. It's probably just here.
All right. You just all of a sudden start to hear it. So as you start to
I didn't want to do it. Here it comes. I hear it from me.
roll the damage. Roll how much you're trying to
Answer
heal.
the question.
1.
Okay. So it doesn't have as much of an effect as you would have thought.
So it heals 1 and then it goes down 1?
His max health goes down 1, yeah.
His max health is like.
It's closing the gap, yes.
Yep.
But I mean, it's not having the
Is he?
The kid at this point is dead.
Is dead?
Yeah.
I
You
say-
basically burnt it all the way through.
I release to show the bird marks, and I'm staring at him, and say, "Grim, give me the wife or the daughter."
Kyrie's going to rush up to the son that just died
Hey, don't be waiting.
and cast Revivify.
Can
No, it's,
Because I knew this was.
or wait, would I know if that was working out with the throat the way it is?
It's like waterboarding, but like.
Roll a intelligence.
Okay.
What?
Hey, when you said bring me the wife and daughter alive.
15.
From your experience and the knowledge that you do have from those type of spells, it would restore that part of the
Okay.
as part of the bringing
Yeah.
it back process.
I'm not okay with this. Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
put the,
bring him back?
I'm bringing the
I'm gonna
child
put the
back.
Bring the
scimitar
child
back.
And then I'm going to look you dead in the goddamn eyes and say, back the fuck
I
off.
shove Kyrie out of the way, and I cast Primal Savagery again, and I dig my
You
thumbs
can't.
into his eyeballs.
No, I'm protecting the kid at this point with my shield.
Can I hit it with the fireball?
Well, first of all, somebody's got to do a strike check to push him out of
He's
the
seeing
way.
his struggle.
So
can I
first
rub
things
it-
first, strength on both sides.
Okay.
And I would like Prince to now start coming towards me from wherever he is at.
Okay.
I think I need to find a new party.
17.
22.
So as they're struggling, I would like to pull up my fireball and go for the kid.
So as Kyrie goes down, it goes to cast a spell. You try to push her out of the way, she doesn't.
But I'm still there, though, right?
I know you are.
Okay.
I'm there in front of him with like my shield in front of everyone.
I was
So-
there interrogating. You came over healed. You just not like I still don't have an
Yeah,
opportunity.
I'm not letting anything
So
happen to
as-
this child anymore.
Kyrie completes the spell. And you try to push her off the boy to go after the boy. Make a attack roll.
Natural one.
Okay. So as you go to try actually pushing Kyrie off, and then reach down, the unusual heat from the shield that she's pushing back starts to skin over or scar your hand as you're trying to push through. And you can't get past Kyrie. For even though has a smaller frame, just the ability to get around her, she's moving back and forth too quick.
I just look at Kyrie and say, fine. Your axe will kill more than these two. I turn around, powder savage me, dig him into the old man's head, and I walk away.
Make a attack roll for your
27.
27. Yeah. So you easily enough go through and kill.
And then I just
Look
walk
it
and
up.
I stand by Grim and I turn around and go, can we go?
I'm good.
So-
Let's go find that SOB.
Yeah.
I have ideas. I'm good.
You have any idea who this priest of stones is? Or
There's one dead person now. Kyrie
We have ideas.
is
Alright, I'm with you.
basically shielding now the other person,
The younger one.
the younger one of the two. Elder Nettleby is currently
They wanted the ones
has
responsible.
the claw mark through his head from where
And that was the one that he was.
Grim grabbed him. But
The old man, he was the one who had to go. The younger one, there's a chance to do better with a longer life.
Wasn't the older brother the one that was like burning people and stuff, or burning the cows?
it was
Brandon, no? Yeah, like
Wigan Nettleby and Bertram was both of them. So
I don't.
I know that look you were trying to verify with.
I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
the barbarians are gonna spare the kid.
So at this point, you feel a icy touch on your back, and you look back and it's the Revanant, the spirit of the chieftain standing there. Roll. He looks at. You're not gonna roll just yet. He looks at you and says, "1/2 of the deal is done."
We're gonna get some loot.
And you want this boy, don't you?
He is the other one that desecrated my grave.
And the back. I had both of them done, but
May I give this boy a chance?
Roll persuasion.
Sarah, may I bless you, please?
Okay.
Yep.
Of course, now you
if
guys.
the kid has to die, I want to do it. That's more action, bro. That's a story. Remember the farm?
21.
21. What's up, buddy?
Remember the farm?
I'm a redemption cleric, okay? I have to try.
We're not gonna adopt it. You just get wrecked when we
No, but I want to try and give him a better chance. And being influenced by
what, dying? Dying for longer?
doing a better life than what his father had him do.
the next 10 minutes. I think he's dead anyway.
So the Revenant looks at you and goes,
Here's 8 platinum.
Oh,
"What's your plan?"
If
I
he
want to
doesn't
give
die
this-
by the barbarians, I will give you 10 gold to kill him.
I want to give this boy a better chance at a life than what his father would have him lead. Restore your gravesite. Have him restore it with his hands. His task to restore what he destroyed. To lead a better life.
Okay.
He was influenced by his father,
I'm an assassin.
who is dead now.
So the Revenant looks at you, and you see his entire facial look change, which is odd because you can't really see many changes. The Revenant goes from that serious look he's had basically this entire time to a softer look. He says, "If he restores, he will be released."
I turn to Bertram and go, will you complete this task?
Roll persuasion, please.
Sarah, Mary, please
Still
bless me
within
with
the 10
this.
minutes?
I was promised
For
10
the
gold.
zone.
I will give you 10 gold.
No.
13?
13. He looks at you and says, yes. Not really understanding everything that had just transpired.
Okay.
Helping me 15.
Then Enzo Truth is still up, so no, he would have died. So I don't know how that works for that, but
Zone of Truth is gone by now.
okay. So do I believe that he will uphold this?
Insight.
Okay. Sarah, please show me the way. Alright, that's pretty decent. Total 20.
Total 20? Yes. He, even though confused, he does seem he will try to recover what little is left of his name.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, thank you. Dedicate yourself to doing better than what your father would have you do. His life is past now. You have yours ahead of you. If you need any help, pray to Sarah. We can show you the better way.
Sure we can. Sure we
He
can.
sits there quiet, just looking at you.
But you
Thank
said
you.
I should let the barbarians try first.
Okay, I turn to the Revanant and go, he has made his promise. If he breaks it, you may do what you will.
He looks at you and says, thank you. The herd will watch over his progress.
I understand.
Yep. What?
So the barbarian's gonna take him?
They're going to let him
Yes.
remain here, but his task is to rebuild what he
Is
destroyed.
it like a 10-year-old just working the farm now?
Well, no, it's an older man, but he was the oldest son. But still, son of the eldest. He did.
Anybody else doing anything else?
I'm still off looking for stuff.
I slipped you 3 platinum.
Investigation, please.
I'm nature checking.
What?
Trying to get my mask.
Oh, you're trying to do that stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just looking for carrots.
What's
Does
happening?
21 hit the kid?
With me right in front of it.
You're attacking the kid?
You just paid me 3 platinum.
18.
18 for you? Oh, you're looking through? Okay.
Does that get through me because I'm right in front of him?
What is your AC?
20.
You're the size of a bar stool.
Well, it does hit you.
And I have
Yeah.
a 20 AC. He's on the ground.
So, roll damage.
Do I get sneak
I
attack?
thought you got up before.
Yes.
I'm up. The kid is
Didn't he stand up?
No, the kid was still
on the ground.
on the ground
No,
now.
I meant you.
I never got knocked down.
I thought you were like laying over it.
I mean, I'm not that big. Okay, it doesn't take much for me to reach the ground.
20.
20 points? Yes.
21.
21. Okay. So as you're sitting there, Kyrie, you feel brush past you and embed itself underneath you across the hole into the kid.
Give me a pencil.
And
How much was that?
He is
Three platinum to
unconscious and dying and bleeding out.
spare the dying.
Okay. He's still unconscious
You're using all of your spells.
and stabilized,
Okay.
but that's what he
Okay.
Mark 3 platinum off of you. Yeah, I took it off.
Mac, stand the hell down.
You didn't see him do it.
I'm assuming. Because nobody else has a freaking crossbow bolt out of the whole party.
Actually, it was an arrow because.
Well, nobody else has a bow that I know of.
Oh, but
She does, but she wouldn't do that right now.
I lied.
I'm not even.
I don't care. It was you, I know it.
So
Anyway,
what's the situation here?
And I say to the kid, after you heal him again.
well, he's unconscious still.
still-
I spared him.
Oh, I
from
thought you.
dying.
I thought you.
No, I
Spare the
saved
dying,
him.
only
If you stand back up,
stabilizes.
I say, damn. Good shot though. We'll call it even.
You got knocked out.
Can I try to jump over Kyrie and hit the kid with a fireball?
Okay, but we're staying.
All right.
He's already out.
So
Fireball turns him
Roll.
ash, so it's not coming back. You guys are really trying hard to kill this kid, so
a athletic check.
Me too?
Hold on.
All of us?
No, just him.
Okay.
You're on that one.
27. 26.
20.
Dirty 26.
Dirty 26.
19 plus 7.
Okay. Roll attack with advantage.
Can I try and shield the kid?
19.
That's probably it.
Roll. Kyrie, roll D6. On a 1 to 3.
It's unconscious?
The kid's unconscious, yes.
Automatic crit.
I'm trying to intervene.
No?
Kyrie is trying to block. On a 1 to 3, you impacted Kyrie.
On a what?
On a 1 to 3, you hit Kyrie. On a 4 to 6, you turn the child ash.
Well, actually, he misses Kyrie.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
he
that's
only
what I'm
rolled
saying.
19.
He's going to impact with Kyrie.
2.
So, what ends up happening is, as a power ball comes down, Kyrie is sitting there, sees out of the corner of her eye, and comes up and catches with her shield your power ball. What you both feel reverberate through you guys feels like the impacting of two separate landslides, as both these messages just slam into each other. As you lift the ball off, there's literally no impact mark on the shield at all.
Alright. You made your point. I just got paid a lot.
We're going to have a talk about this later, Ferry.
Good try. Yeah, this won't be the last time this happens.
Anything else?
I'm going to take the kid inside and try and treat the wound. Make sure, the arrow's safely removed
Yeah.
and then, everything's healed.
Can I have the arrow back?
No.
Have you shot the kid? I have take the arrow back.
So, yeah. For the rest of you, are you gonna try stopping her?
No.
No.
Unless I get paid.
I'm gonna open. I'm going to open my book and start reading. This is taking a long time.
Okay. Yeah. So it takes about 10 minutes total time. Roll a medicine check, please.
Okay.
I would like to pull Grim off to the side though and have the sidebar.
Okay.
And as I see that they are
15.
going out, and he
15?
said that
Okay.
that he knew about information pertaining to these places. I'm gonna go there and start asking. So, you guys know about the locations
Yeah.
and these things?
About 10 minutes for you.
Yeah, okay.
Pull out my camp.
What's it like? What are the conditions? Where is it?
What's
The priest and the undertown.
Oh, the stones?
the priest is very slippery. The stones seem to be something that's not quite figured out yet. Kyrie's saved one person could also have led to short information from us. I could have got way farther and probably got a little bit more. But then again, everybody has their own ways in which they don't want to do. But I know very, very little. Do you know anything about scrolls, or have you seen scrolls or anything like that?
What kind of scrolls? Is it regular scrolls or like?
Regular scrolls that might seem to be important or pertain to this town in any way.
Have you seen a scroll that matches this symbol? I show him Marlo's symbol.
Yes.
Are you like showing me it?
Yeah.
I've seen one or two of those, and some people needed to get their hands on it. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Can you read Underdark?
No, we can hear.
Yes.
Can you read it to me?
It says, the first I read.
Which one are you reading?
Reading the letter. First I
The
read
first one,
Yeah.
the one that was already open.
the one I was already open.
Yeah, because there was a sealed one. There was one that wasn't sealed.
Okay, the one that was open.
That was opened already. Okay. It recounts the scroll that you see. It has reading it, looking at it.
I don't think
The words themselves don't make sense as you're reading through it. What you do see is notes about the movements at the keep, there's notes about or references to the keep itself. There's references to the Nettlebys.
And that'll be the.
Is where you're at now.
Does it tell us where the keep is?
Well, we know what
No.
we know the keep is up north, northwest of here.
Yeah. So as you guys are, and there's the rest of it is out of order. It looks like more of a code,
Really?
even though it's written, but the words don't make sense.
Right.
So there's not really much other than references both to the keep and the Nettleby farm.
I can do it acrobatically too.
So it keep and Nettleby farm. That's mostly where I got. So this is probably this may have been a sub order of things that are going on between Keep and Nettleby, which is here. This may be a instruction about the planning of what went down to this.
To whom or from? Like, do you know to who it was planning on going to, or from who wrote it, or anything?
Well, we got this from Lance Rock. Lance Rock Cave. Close to the town. So, and it was in the possession of a white.
Oh, right. Do I know what that is?
It's a spirit. It's a spiritual. It's a
It's a
ghost.
Like WIGHT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Undead.
Play Skyrim.
Undead witch.
Kills the whites.
Yeah.
That's racist.
So,
They're white walkers, man.
Slay whites all day.
The white walkers.
We like I said, we don't know much. Our party that we originally started out with kind of just disbanded. That's where we were lucky enough to catch up with y'all.
I started having PTSD flashbacks of innocent eyes glare down before a slayer was powerful. Innocent blonde girls like,
have you
When did you start using a southern
fought
drawl?
any other necrotic or undead users?
Excuse me?
Necrotic or undead users?
Have I seen any?
Fought
Fought any?
during that.
Besides the first scuffle that we had, I don't believe so. It wasn't the priest that we saw when we seen the stones. It wasn't dark magic or anything, right?
he used astral weapons,
No.
I think, but I don't remember like any of
But
those.
it was just like it wasn't like a
There was no,
it wasn't like a necromancer or anything like that or
not against you guys, no.
okay yeah. So he just seemed to be normal. It just seemed to be kind of I wouldn't say powerful, but I would say tricky. Got a lot of things up his sleeve. Yeah. We have a date to like with him again.
He's
I look over
tricksy.
Grandpa.
He's tricksy.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I refrain from calling anybody too strong because get that little block in their head. But that's about it. But yeah, I believe we need to sit down and have a talk as a group. But if you don't mind, I would like to just have a word here with my old friends.
We're still sitting next to all the
Oh, you up here now?
barbarians.
Yeah,
Um,
back up.
At this point-
It's happened in a minute.
I was coming
I
out,
thought
coming out of the
you were
house.
doing
and
that
you
as
were
you were
going
taking.
Yes,
the-
so
Oh,
as
okay.
you're-
I
so-
misunderstood.
So they're having this conversation as
As
you're
I'm
going
dressing
in.
the wounds and
As you're
everything.
just
Okay.
going in. For those of you that aren't necessarily engaged in conversation right now, what you guys do notice is that a lot of the barbarians have spread out and have gone out of you guys' vision range. There's about 5 sitting around the house, but that's all that's there right now. They just seem to be more watching at this point and make sure nothing else happens. But everybody else is basically gone.
So the family members are.
They're in the house or roaming around the
Or dead.
there. So,
I didn't kill anyone.
but
That thing snaps.
anything else you guys want to do?
I want to get on the road.
Yes, let's get on the road.
I'm gonna go out and
We got
rejoin
a
up.
long day ahead of us.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point, with It is getting closer to nightfall.
Did I find any
Oh, I
characters?
love traveling at night. It's much better than traveling at day.
Yes, you did.
We're gonna have to camp.
You found an onion
Can.
and 1 carrot actually. What you found?
I just need
Who
one.
died and made you
Nobody
believe
takes a pinch.
Yeah.
Nobody, thankfully.
I got an onion.
Just man slippers to hand out.
So, first things first, I believe the two of them wanted to have a conversation.
You two want to talk?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna do right now. I wanted to talk about the information that I got from when he was whispering to me about Hearthhand and go back to our original finding out that he's in control of the guard, and I just want to make this connection with him because maybe
We still have that original mission.
maybe he didn't remember it as well. Maybe he's a little
Okay.
I just kind of want to, take my time and like kind of fill him up into speed and see what he has to say before I put it in front of the whole group.
Okay.
Just you know what I mean, just kind of.
What?
It's good.
Business is business.
Alright. Yeah, easy enough.
This is pretty much what I wanted to do. Is just talk about that and make the connections back from when I knew to him.
Can always
No
go
big
pay
deal.
stay
Okay.
visit, like tell them to tell us.
How long does it take to cast a ritual spell?
10 minutes on top of the casting time. So if the casting time says 1 action, it's 10
I'm only
minutes.
13 platinum away from playing.
As long as it has the original tag on it, you can cast it. It's 10 minutes plus whatever the spell level is.
Phantom
We haven't done any of that.
Yes.
You show me
Let's go do that. You know where that was at.
I would give you the
The bar, the High Sun is where they.
We'll have to bring it up to the group, but we'll see where the thing comes into.
Okay.
Because you don't want to cross the master.
So do I have Phantom?
Actually, I take that back.
Right
Technically,
now,
I do have 13 platinum because
So you just got
Okay.
paid.
I know I have a bunch of gold.
So you're trying to cast Phantom Steed while they were doing all this?
Yeah, after I get done with that.
Ruins and the whole barbarians came out of the
Okay.
woods because of these.
Oh, because of that group.
Because what they were doing.
You'll be about
The farm is related back to the
You
town.
can start
And
it,
what the farm was doing found out
until this. You'll get about halfway through the total
or this
time.
is just going to get so
It
big,
takes,
it's going to overflow.
That was just. How long do you think the conversation?
The conversation only was probably going to take about 5 minutes at most.
Okay, so.
So as soon as you're done with that conversation, you can start the spell.
Right.
Not knowing how much time you have left. But
Alright,
so as you see the time to do it, about 5 minutes pass after as you guys are talking, and Kyrie comes out of the home.
So, am I good? Are you still mad at me?
The fact that you have to ask really tells something about you.
So, at this point, what do you guys want to do? Logan is off to the side and seems to be casting something. Not sure what exactly.
Wouldn't a caster know what he's casting?
they don't. You guys don't know what I'm casting. That's
But
Well, I'm not a caster.
He's the only arcane caster. I'm divine. I don't know his kind of magic.
I just have burning hands.
so, what do you guys want to do?
But like,
It is getting
Yeah.
close to
He
nightfall
wants
at
to
this point.
camp. I prefer to travel at night. There's less chance of getting ambushed
We
at night.
can travel at night. I can cast Dark Vision on Logan and we'll be
I
fine.
don't think that's the
Travel
greatest
in the
idea in
dark.
the world.
what?
Traveling at night.
No.
We all can see in the dark. And I can get him a spell. Well, we all have Dark Vision.
True, but we
think
could.
I do.
Dark vision can only see out to a certain range.
60 feet.
Yeah. I vote we camp for the night.
I say we go. Just, the time's a wasting. We gotta get our task done, regardless of the risk.
I guess it can't hurt anything.
okay. So when
I do
not
better at
going,
night.
I'm not sure what to see, but
you mean when not gonna be going on?
no.
No, we are.
Okay, fine.
No, we're going. Wait, did we? Let's take a
I was
vote.
about to say, but let's go. Steven, go.
Yeah, let's
Raise
vote.
your hand.
All in favor of going at night?
So we don't go, we crash it at the farm.
Yeah.
No, we camp outside because I don't think we were welcome here right now.
Well, so it's
Welcome
tied.
where? Yeah.
Well, what
no.
does Prince think?
Well, I was thinking we might go until actual nightfall. Until.
Oh.
So that way we're
It's
away
dusk
from
right
them.
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can wait till night.
Yeah. Travel until it actually we lose lights.
I'm kind of cool, honestly, to sleep in here because I'm going to get one of these beds. You know what I mean? Like, these are really nice beds. I'd rather sleep on a bed than
Yeah,
sleep
we
in
should
the woods.
totally camp here actually.
You're just gonna
They're not
take-
going to be using them, especially the old guy.
Here's my argument.
We just feel the dangers.
The longer that this dude is let to live, the longer he's going to, the more acts of evil he's going to commit. So if we wait a whole night, that's just another night of him being able to do stuff.
Well, don't worry. I have a whole plan for vengeance after him. I don't think he's going to miss another
man.
night.
Alright, so we'll just do, you want to stay? You want to go? So you roll a d20, you roll, and whichever one's higher, we'll just go that way.
So
I just want to rest for the night so we can all get our spells and heal back.
I'll spend the night here.
Oh, I don't have
I was about
any.
to say, somebody's going to be you. I was like,
I rolled a 1. So.
Has connection.
on our way.
I want
Very
to
well.
search for some.
We can take a short rest if you need some short rest abilities back.
We're not traveling we're only traveling a couple hours after us, correct?
Yeah.
Well, sure,
No, we're going to
About an hour.
full steam ahead.
How far is it?
He said it
Like
was.
a day's travel.
It's a half day travel.
I thought we
So
were
half
killing
night.
the witch in the forest.
We
already
are.
did.
We killed the earth.
We're killing everything.
We'll go to
The
midnight.
fire witch was
Down
a
for midnight.
creation of the
Alright,
farmers.
I'll make that deal.
They set the
We'll
fire.
go to midnight, but I still want to
So we can
sleep.
already go get our money
and
from
have
the,
it.
from
Somebody
the town.
has-
I don't want to hit
I
exhaustion.
saw my
Nobody
family's
has
business.
that?
We can head back.
What?
It's a
Nobody
matter.
has a hut spell?
Oh,
I have Galway's Tower.
But we're closer. We're about halfway between going back to town and going forward to the keep.
So there you go. You have a nice comfy place to sleep.
alright, let's go.
Are we staying here for?
We're gonna go till midnight, and then we're going to rest 6 to 7 hours, and we're gonna get up, finish the journey, and go into town, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
do
So I'm
something.
gonna give him
I'm
some
okay.
dark vision. Dark vision.
I think we should get back to town. We should
So
grab a
if I'm
drink and
riding
go to the bar.
the steed, can
Oh, I
I
like
also
that.
do the ritual passing for Douglas?
I like the way you shoot.
No.
Okay. So can I do it?
We're not
Can I
staying
test
at the house
several
overnight.
at the same?
No.
One complete, then I can do it.
One after another, after another, after another. It takes 10 minutes per.
Three, and then right there, right.
Are you trying to
Imagine
do
a
multiple
small
castings
Auburn
of
waiting in the hallway,
Phantom
Yeah.
Steed?
Yeah.
just standing there.
Since
Imagine you hear
since we're
and
going to be
then invisible bloody footsteps.
Anyway.
aggressive.
Elementary school.
You forgot, I'm also there.
Double checking
Very
it quick.
sneaky.
Since the Phantom Speed does not say it has
We know
a
he
limit
can
of how
like
many times
go.
you can do it.
He was
It is
staying
a
at that
third
farm
level
for
spell.
an hour.
And I think you only have one
It's
or
a,
2 slots.
I think
So
said
I
had
totally calculated it. I'm 2
So,
platinum
Did you
away.
have that prepared?
It was
Yes.
all of my money to pay off my debt.
If we just took him out there, you got 5.
So you guys moving on?
Yes, we're heading out for the night and going until midnight. That's where we
Okay.
camp.
Are you just gonna wait for Logan? Because he's
Yeah, we're
currently.
going to wait
What
for
is he
Logan.
doing?
He's casting something.
Oh, is it a ritual?
Anybody know how to ride a horse?
I say no, but I can turn into one.
Okay, never mind. I can. Yeah. So that takes care of 2. So I only need.
No. We're not wasting resources on zombies.
It's a Phantom Steed.
It's not.
How long does it take me to do it?
No. He's doing it
It's
so
10
that
minutes.
he can put the zombies on it. We're not wasting.
Put the zombies on what? What zombies?
Don't you have zombies? Isn't that
There
what you
is
were doing?
one still in the area.
Why do you want a Phantom Steed? I like what you think. That's a great idea. We'll get there faster if we all hop on a steed, and then so we'll get there before midnight. That's a perfect idea. Let's go.
It can go in an
You
hour.
two are little, right?
I am
Oh
small.
yeah.
So both of y'all could ride Prince. He could ride me. Both of y'all could ride your Phantom Steed, right?
Yeah.
Or we could swap it. We
theory,
could put a big
yes.
person and a little person together. Big little, right here. And they both could be on a companion.
A medium, but I don't weigh very much.
So So like him and her could be on Prince, and them two could be on a Phantom Steed.
Prince wouldn't be able to hold
A big, a medium.
a
and
medium and a small at the same time.
It could probably just be a small for Prince by
How
himself.
much do you weigh?
Two smalls. You can do
32
one
pounds.
medium or two smalls.
If I turn into a
We're
horse, can I hold him?
172
I
pounds.
yeah, I
together.
can. You
Actually,
can
no, I
just
gotta
hold
get
me on your back.
him though.
Plus our
37.
gear.
Yeah, but I can get
With
on
my
his back,
gear,
and
I
then he
weigh
can
like
get on your back.
67 pounds
I mean, I
because my armor is
that work?
fairly heavy.
What?
pretty much everything I'm carrying is in my
I turn into a horse.
Yeah.
Grim gets rides me, and then you're a gnome.
Goblin.
Yeah, goblin sits on his shoulders.
Wow, this turned into an
No.
ordeal.
If we're still at the farm, don't they have a barn?
Oh, they probably have
They
horses. What are we
horses.
doing?
Yeah.
Horses for everybody. I want to go.
At least the dad doesn't know working a horse, and that's one.
Yeah,
I was
that's
about to say,
one
I
horse
would've-
right there. I'll buy a horse. I don't.
They don't need them anymore. They already chose their path.
They still
I kind of have a feeling.
We're trying to get horses too.
I kind of have a feeling you chose the path, but
I didn't make them burn down the hill and disturb the bones, and then lied to me and sent me up to that hill.
All right.
to
So,
go and get killed.
how are you guys traveling? At
By
this
horse.
point, he
By
has your phantom. You've been able to complete the phantom steed. He has a black, it's a black stallion almost, but its form doesn't seem sharp when you're looking at it. It looks really going in and out of focus for you as you keep looking at it.
Yeah, we just need at least one horse from here, from the farm, and then we will be fine.
all right, let's go. So that cuts our
I go get
travel.
one of their horses and I bring it over, and I hand it to
Ilya,
I hand it to Ilya. I make Prince scoop up Kyrie. I turn into a horse and walk over to Grim. You jump on your phantom steed.
That's the first time I've seen you as anything but a panther.
And he jumps onto anyone that he can get onto. That will fit.
which is basically with either Ilya or
Probably with me. 'cause-
Logan.
Did you pay for the horse?
How much do you
Oh
want?
yeah. and I make Prince take a
How much do you
massive
weigh?
dump on the land.
It's on the back side of you. On the top.
Oh, he didn't write it.
Oh, you didn't write it in.
Kyrie's gonna go into the house and ask how much it costs to buy one of the horses.
I'm 140 pounds.
As you enter the house, at this point,
So you got Because I got a bag of holding.
they are in
Yeah,
the
you
process of
can't
making
put me in
food,
that holding on
No,
five.
I don't have gear weight.
and
Oh.
the mother looks back and
On
says,
my back.
You did
Just
give
take
him,
it.
like, a row of corn.
But do you really want me? You're like,
Alright, I
you're gonna give me the stink eye the whole way there?
she just
I've got to build a bond with you, sir.
looks at you, nods, and
We're to travel together.
goes
Go
back
over
cooking.
and just stomp the mushroom.
may Sarah watch over
That,
you.
that's
a
good
horse.
because
Kick up
I
all
am
the
very
dust
loyal
and
to my
dirt and
friend.
just start
And I-
kicking it
all
up
you
the
have to
head
do
ready
is
to go.
become my friend.
I'll swing your corn stalks on his back.
We can work
Take it down everything
Alright.
he looks
together.
But to be honest with you, I really don't think the gnome
We're having a
likes me.
seizure in the corner.
So,
I'm gonna leave
First time I've ever
like
been
Well,
10
you
gold
should.
on the desk as I leave.
okay,
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like, you know,
Should I cast
But it's
Yeah.
true.
No
I do
problem.
blame his little race
As
for
long as
killing
going
my parents.
get there eventually.
you're, okay.
Are we there yet? Are we there
Um,
yet?
We would like
So-
to, we would like to fall in the very back. That's with the line, and then as they go, we would like to just trail off. He jumps off and does burning hand on the grass, jumps back on, and we catch back up. We just set the pasture on fire as we leave.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what happens when you don't have a lineup.
All right.
People do crazy stuff.
So there goes my burning hands. for
Roll
the day.
stealth, both of you, please.
Stealth.
Yes. Look up the stats for the horse, not your stats.
17.
So, how did you learn your archery?
What was yours?
17.
17. Okay.
I
Been
see
in
that,
the
don't
woods
I?
by myself since I was 8.
Went on the horse over there who's trying to be stealthy. Somebody forgot he was a horse.
The great assassin, Jonathan Swift-Killer, taught me.
Mine is a necessity to survive.
passive
If I
17.
want to
Zero.
eat, I need to
So
kill.
9.
9. Cool.
And then I take the
Go
leather
zero
from the
modifier.
animal and I make these
Zero
awesome
modifier, yeah.
clothing.
So as you're sitting there,
Some are leather work.
Carrie, on Prince, you notice that they're trailing off and moving behind. He's he's attempting to
up?
slow down. He's making
Sorry.
more.
I'm
Must
gonna-
be getting tired.
I jump off Prince and head over to them.
You're up in our business.
Graham, what's up?
Yes?
What you doing?
He's getting a little tired. We'll catch up.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Okay. I turn around and cast Burning Hands. Cool, you can
While
watch.
this is all going on, I'm heading back to town. Oh, before that,
Are we going back to town or are
dark
we
vision.
going to the keep?
Dark Vision, you said you had Dark
I already
Vision.
casted it already.
Thank you.
Before we ever
So-
left off.
I would like to try and hold
I'm
person
going,
him
back,
before.
I'm going back to town.
Okay. Opposing dexterity checks.
Oh boy.
Let's go, Brave. Let's go.
15.
Nope.
Okay. So, Carrie, as you go and start the process of doing it, you see that Grim's looking down at you, or looking
Right
up.
into the eyes.
And just you see his hands light up, and then
You're not gonna do that,
the
did you?
spell releases.
I did.
Roll the damage, please, for burning
For
hands.
Burning Hands?
You're not kidding. They tried to send me to my death.
6.
That's how I see it. You lied to me to go up to this mountain that you burnt and you did all this. You do
You
not
like
just...
fire so much, you're
Yeah, y'all wanna burn? Killing your own cattle. Like you just...
They didn't kill him.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
play my
they
pan
branded
flute.
them and then they said there's something
Oh, that's a great song.
Play my pan flute.
Yeah.
Gotta let it burn. Let it
I
burn.
sing it
Let
appropriately.
it burn.
So 46 fire.
I sing the lyrics for you. They don't sound very good.
What level is the spell being cast at?
Second.
Yeah, so it is 46.
10.
10 total? Okay. So Kyrie, as you watch as the flames and the spell releases from his hands, and in a 15-foot cone out from where you guys are standing, it just
Totally
lights
think
the
about
entire
fire.
area immediately ablaze.
I just do the movie kickback and start just like nay or whatever they...
Like Braveheart dramatic as the sun's going down. Place is on fire.
I'll
then
go,
So-
I'll go for the hour, heading
It's-
off, and then I'm gonna
See,
set up my.
It's already spreading, isn't it? Like, there's nothing I could really do to put that out.
Roll perception, please.
Okay.
we catch back up.
Yeah, we're still going.
Perception.
Yeah, we're almost there.
21.
My
21.
yours
You're watching it
is
as
mine's
that
a
15-foot area that was just caught ablaze is now
I'm
20,
Okay.
almost 30 in a matter of
Yeah,
seconds.
there's.
I was talking about them, not you.
It's moving quicker than you originally thought you
Yeah.
would think it does. But as you feel around, there's a breeze coming in, and that's what's pushing the fire the way it is now.
I look behind me.
What's your favorite rest inn in town?
So Prince just scoops it back underneath you. Are you gonna let it happen, or?
And I say you can't save them all.
You're a
Oh yeah.
So you just hear, all of a sudden you hear the horse come down, and it's just neighing at you in your ear.
Shout out to the pack.
I let the prince take me, and I'm just sitting there.
He's stewing now. He's
Yeah.
You hear the
the
creaking of
boar's,
metal.
the boar's working.
As-
He'll put it up and put the fire out.
Kyrie, Prince, Fairy, and Grim are at this point. You're about 5. You can see them off to the horizon, heading back south along the same path.
So we're going back to
I need for the first group, which will be Logan, Mac, and Ilya. Whoever's leading the path back.
15.
Nature
What?
checks.
What?
Nature checks.
25.
Yeah, not good. 12.
Mac? No. Okay. So it takes a little bit longer. Logan is unusually in the lead, so you see him riding the Phantom Seed, the two of you. And you guys are just making your way pretty close to the same path that you guys took coming out. You guys, over the next 4 hours, actually it's a 4-hour half day out, so you're about 2 hours out, pulling the horses at a pretty quick pace back to town. Be about 2 hours total time. You guys make it back to town as the sun's already set, about a half hour after sunset.
Oh,
You guys are able to see the town off on the horizon, so you guys pushed your way in.
Okay.
it was within a half day.
You guys
to walk
wait
back.
at the edge of town, or are you guys gonna push in?
Oh, we're gonna go in.
I know a good place to get a drink called
We're
the
gonna get a
Isa.
drink and.
I'm going in
rest
to
for
try
the
to get
night.
my money. I guess it's too late for
Yeah,
Haversack to be.
It's too.
Or-
The shops would be closed right now.
No, I
No,
want
we
to go
wanna
to
go
the
to the
guy
tavern.
who gave us.
Going back to the tavern?
Yeah,
No, we want to go back to the cat tavern to go get the rest of because we completed what they wanted, right?
Yeah, I was trying
the
to
one,
get.
yeah.
Particular task.
Yeah. So we need
He
to
sent us on a
go
quest.
back there
I'm
and see
trying
how
to
much
get
he'll
my
give us
500
back
back.
of our own money. Yeah.
I want my
How much
500.
money?
Yeah, so you guys are heading back to Galkers then.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I believe that should be
Okay.
the way to go.
You're gonna split it 6 ways, right?
No, he already has some of our money,
Yeah.
So
like held from each one of us, and then he has a party fund. So he like stole all our money and then was like, "Here's everything but 500 back." And you're like, "Oh, okay." And then he's like, "Then I got some more money for you when you complete, but you don't get none of your money back.
Yeah.
All your money back until."
So as you guys make your way back in,
So
Make
we
your way back
want
into
the
town.
Money from the people who aren't here.
you reach the edge. Is there anything you guys want to do before heading back into
Yeah.
Galkers?
Get it from the-
So I'm riding with Mac,
Yeah.
and we know they're behind us. We can like.
Yeah. They're behind you, but they're good. They're still in the 5 minutes out.
I mean, I know if we're gonna rest, I can always like primeval awareness somewhat where they are.
Yeah, if you need to.
Because if I sense like there's a Goliath, whatever.
Primeval
whatever.
awareness gets you celestial beings, fiends, demons, and fae.
None of them are that.
No.
Prince actually would.
Oh yeah.
He's considered a fae creature. He's still a beast, but he is still.
Yeah, because he's not
Yeah.
he's not like an actual animal.
No.
No. Not anymore.
He's there because of me. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Huh?
Do you
Was
want
he
to?
was?
Do you want to wait
I
at
thought
the
he was a
saloon?
reservation I like made up in my head.
Yes,
It's like,
that
he's
sounds
there.
like an excellent
I think we're
idea.
just gonna head straight to
Okay.
the
Not a problem.
I
Animal
skipped
companions
third lunch.
are-
So you guys head back into Galkers.
I don't know them.
You said you guys make it there about 5 minutes before.
I'm sitting at the bar having an ale.
Cool.
Have you ever eaten
For the
elk?
the three of you, you guys back your way in,
I don't eat my own.
and
Oh, it's
you're
such
not
a-
that far behind where they were.
I'm half.
You guys make it back in. Ilya's already sitting at the bar,
Elf doesn't mean what you think
drinking
it means.
ale as Galker sitting behind the counter, the similar dwarf form that you guys saw earlier.
Kyrie will just kind of plop up to one of the bar stools. What's the hardest thing you got to drink?
Oh, you're right.
He looks at you. Just like curious.
Oh, everybody knows it's troll ale.
I wasn't asking you.
So,
I like to sit down next to her and be like, her drinks are on my tab tonight.
he just looks at you, goes, and he goes underneath the bar and pulls out
Want some of
a
this
smaller
skooma?
bottle. It's not very big.
Refined moon sugar.
It's probably no bigger than a coconut size
Oh,
wise.
moonbeam will get you drunk
So that's-
fast.
And he pulls off the stopper and just pours you a small.
Just wait till you can catch
I'll
that.
just take it quickly.
Roll a Constitution check, please.
He does not want to get drunk.
Not saving throw, just check.
It's a check.
No,
It's
you
a
can save
saving
it throw.
throw.
That's
Okay.
fine.
18.
18. It burns going down.
Good.
But you're not.
Probably one of the strongest things you've tasted in a while. And you
It's not that stuff from Marquette, is it?
no.
Okay. That would've been
Similar
stupid.
as far as how the taste is, but
Good.
not the same effect.
Okay.
It is.
You do immediately start to feel it.
Okay.
You're not. You're right on the
You don't have
the
the
cusp
poison
of being.
condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Water for the rest of the night, thank you.
So,
I just wanted one.
Fairy,
Okay.
are you drinking the bar your normal ale?
I'm gonna
as
come
well?
up to you.
I would just like
Can you
some hot
forgive
water
me?
to make my mushroom tea.
Are you sorry?
Grim, what are you
I
doing?
don't believe you.
I'll walk in and order
Why?
an ale and then go by the fireplace.
Because you'd probably do it again if you were
Not a
paid
problem.
enough.
Well, that's probably
I
true.
would like to
Then
inquire
I can't believe you.
Good sir.
There's
Our
not an ounce of
friend.
regret in you, is there?
Status update.
It's just in my
You
name.
giving him an update?
Yeah, he looks at you As you're
It's my job to kill
is handing you
money.
the pot that's already been heated
That's
up.
my class. That's what I do.
She's safe.
That's what I was trained to do.
Doesn't want to return right now.
The boy has a better life now. You didn't need to try and kill
Hand
him.
him 1 platinum. He might be on
I
my
say
I
He should
really-
cover.
The crops
most
are. The house
injuries,
is separate from
like
the
your
crops.
And just please make
By
sure
the
that
shelf.
she's safe.
food.
And shut up.
And just leave it at that.
He nods. She said. So,
Houses on fire, just the crops.
What do we get paid for the job at the witch? The witch in the forest in the forest?
okay.
Alright,
We took care of that.
He looks at you and
I
just
promise
Oh, did you know we met a reverend?
I will never
starts to get to. He gives it a smile, just
can't do that.
in the morning.
Sorry.
Get out of your face.
As he,
I
huh?
didn't think
Sounds
so.
good. Milk and honey, please.
He gives you a curious look and dips behind the bar into the kitchen area, and comes out with a small thing of milk and honey.
Me asking you not to believe in
Very.
that Mojo Jojo
Can
that you believe
I,
in.
can I trouble you for some of your tea?
And you say Mojo Jojo.
Slide it down. Well, actually,
Yep.
I pour him a glass and I slide him the cup.
Tea, milk, and honey.
Nice combination there.
I sleep all the night.
So,
Is it?
Me? No.
as the night goes on, everybody's getting into a relatively comfortable state, whether they're relaxing with their tea, their ale by the fire, or whatever they plan on doing. You guys go ahead and make your way back upstairs, and that same the old hall up here is there. You guys make your way into the rooms, and they're the way to you guys remember initially getting there, and they're simple, plain wood, but they're all available for you guys to sleep.
Before Carrie goes into the room, I'd just like to stop her. Put my hand on her shoulder. I know she's upset. Just be like, I know one family and every little person's important to you, but sometimes one family to save a whole town does not equal out and do the same. It's a hard choice. It's hard lived, but we must do what we think is right. And it doesn't always match up to other people, but hopefully we can all still be in this as one. Have a good night. And I go turn into my final form, my panther form, and I go into my room. The same room, right? The same magic.
Nope, it's the same old room that it was when you first got there.
Yeah,
Oh,
is
they're
it-
not the magical ones no more? Oh, then I just go into whatever room I have and I
Okay. Not a problem.
Oh, we don't get the cool magical rune.
So, as you guys all come to sleep,
I want to read the
Some
book
of us
before
don't
going to
sleep,
bed.
I believe.
okay, you give me for another hour.
No,
Goblins sit in the corner.
If we're going
No,
to bed, it's
I
easy
do,
enough.
but I think
So,
no, that's only pure elves. He's half.
all right. So
Yeah, I sleep.
at this point, the night goes without much incident, relatively
Trance is
quiet.
the only elf thing.
You guys sleep
No, just
well into the morning. And right now, we're going to take a break.
Oh, good. I was hoping
We'll be
that.
back in about 5-10 minutes.
they're 1080p, they're kind of like limited on how they go before they overlap each other.
There's a difference between
No, it's still there, just broken in half.
All right, and we're back.
No, it's removed,
So-
but snapped in half after.
Coming first thing in the morning, as you guys wake up, it's still morning, 8, 9 o'clock. You guys sleep a good 8, 9 hours. As you wake up in the morning, what do you guys want to do?
I want to play my violin.
I'm waiting.
In your room or downstairs?
I'm waiting
First in my
downstairs
room.
because I'm like the first one up, and I'm waiting for everybody to get down.
I'm having breakfast.
I want to tell everybody some stuff before.
Okay.
So,
Are you eating out of the trash can?
Well,
going.
goblin feet.
I would like to take a
Have
little
you
bit
ever
of time
seen a goblin feet?
before I leave my room.
Unfortunately.
First, I would just like to, I would just like to pray to the Wild Mother,
No?
uh, just for guidance on the right path, and of all the troubles that come in time, please forgive me for any wrongdoings. That's all in goodwill. And then I would like to pull out the ledger and the 2 scrolls, and then crack them open.
What's on the ledger?
So you're doing the commune?
No. The ledger that we
Eat
stole
this ledger.
from the.
The halfling dude?
Yes, I went through his desk. The dude who we broke down the door. and
Yeah,
scared.
okay,
I took
yeah.
a ledger from in there, and then I have the 2 scrolls. I would like to, as finesse as possible, break the seal, open them up, but like keep the seal intact so you can.
On the scrolls from that you.
Yes.
Okay.
The traumatic experience?
Yes, those things.
The ones that we had to put away for a little bit.
So, okay. So, roll a religion check, please. 8 total?
8.
Okay.
Why is the cleric gonna be mad at me right now?
You can come and talk to me.
So he's just sitting there, going through the books, the ledger itself. There's nothing really notable about the ledger itself. It actually looks like normal business. Invoices, like money going out, money coming in, ordering new supplies. There's a couple odd marks that aren't normal against next to a couple different entries, but they don't seem to catch anything outside of.
None of the entries say Mac on them, do
They're like by their name, I would assume. Like God, it's like off to the side, but like highlighted their names.
Yeah.
Marco.
I thought we were friends.
we?
Marvel.
He's doing this up in his room, so.
Do I notice a name? Is it a common shop owner? Is any of the names starred repeated a lot throughout the ledger?
There's a few that are repeated as far as customers that come in and out. Not really names that are catching interest. The few names that come in and out more regular than others are Nettleby.
Nettleby?
Yeah. And then there's one that says, double check the gentleman's name. Forgot that you guys didn't get that.
I'm trying to help.
We were there full time, didn't we?
I'd let y'all.
Hey, he helped the other 8 people who were there. So it takes care of
Started by
it.
the barbarian.
Because all 10 of them would have been killed.
Actually, we did curry favor with the barbarian.
We did.
The other name that's listed is Grund.
Grund.
Yes.
And that's pretty much all I get from the ledger.
That's all that comes out of the ledger.
And the scrolls?
You can't read them.
What languages do you know?
So that he knows what to.
Orc, Common, Druid, and Druid is written in Dwarvish.
Okay. You don't recognize the writing.
Okay. He told me, he read me the scroll from the other day. It was under Common. So I just rolled them back up. Try to put them nice and sealy. I take the ledger, I put them back in my bag. I go and give Grim's door a little knock. Just on my way down there, just kind of give a little knock and continue my way down to the rest.
All right.
Breakfast?
Sure.
Breakfast.
Okay. So you guys all make your way downstairs.
Kyra will go do her morning prayers and stuff.
Yeah, not a problem. For those that are spellcasters, prepare new spells, or choose your spells as you needed for those that need to. You guys make your way downstairs, and you're gonna see that Ilya is already downstairs.
I want a dozen eggs, 3 boars meat slabs or whatever, and dwarven ale to wash it all down.
Galker gives you a curious look, like, why so much?
It's a long day ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak.
And he says it'll take a bit to cook, but it's about, it'll cost you right around a gold and a half.
Okay,
So,
no problem.
1 gold, 5 silver.
I know most of the languages spoken here.
How many
Except Underdark.
prepared spells do I have? Because I've got
Undercommon.
3. I've got 2 that are
Common,
Like
Elvish,
you?
Orc, Dwarvish, Gnomish, Goblin,
I
Halfling.
can use spell slots per.
When this chart shows you how many at what
So you know Undercommon, and you know
Oh, sorry.
Giant. and
Your ones you can prepare.
I don't think anybody else knows Giant.
That's what you need.
Spells.
Teach me.
I think
It only
it's like
takes 72
2
hours.
per level or something. Like that.
You can prepare
Spend a couple hours every night.
number of spells equal to your
Intelligence
level
modifier
plus
plus level.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're level 5, and your mod is +4.
I'm good.
No, it's intelligent. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a intelligence mod
Because
plus your wizard level, so
+4, +5, so 9.
One, I forgot I could read.
you can choose 9. So
Any mix of
your
spell
spellcasting
levels.
modifier, which I think is actually is not intelligence for you.
Yeah, it's charisma.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it'll
never
be
mind then.
your charisma modifier plus your wizard level, so your level. So 10 it should be 10 spells. So you can choose 10 spells among the first and third levels that you know in your book.
First, second, and third.
Yeah, I can only know 2 spells at second level, but then 4 at first level. But I can only know 4 spells at a time.
So
I would like to go to the bar with Grim, and on the way to the bar, let him know that I couldn't read the scrolls. They're in what I believe that
You know what he feels like.
Logan told me
Undercom?
that they're in Undercom.
okay.
You want to let me take a look at it?
Sure. Would you like to go to your room and read them to Prince?
Okay, I got you.
I gave him the scrolls, sent him and Prince upstairs, and I just sit at the bar and go through Prince's house.
Okay.
So I go in the room. I guess I'll start reading to Prince. I can tell him a bedtime story. Just whatever's on the scroll.
Do you read uncommon?
I know common, giant, orc, and undercommon.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check, please.
Narrative. Minus.
Yeah. 4.
4. So you can recognize some of the words because you're used to hearing them, so you can assume what they are, but it doesn't make sense to you. So you just start going off on this random story from your childhood that just because you're killing the time now. But you don't get anything out of it as far as what you understand.
Sweet. I'll finish with a good the end and just roll it back up. Come back down.
Prince
The
gets
end.
up, gets up and just leaves.
And Barry's just sitting there stewing.
So, that being said, Grim makes his way back downstairs. I believe Ilya had something that.
Alright, I think we should get to the keep as quickly as possible, so we should make our stay here as short as we can. If you need supplies, you should get that done right away. We should all meet here within the next hour to leave.
Okay, it takes me 10 minutes to finish my
Marlos?
breakfast. Then I'm gonna go buy some arrows. Buy some healing potions. I'm gonna buy 3 healing potions.
Let's see.
Are they at cost or?
And it depends on which ones you want.
Yeah, hold on a second.
I bought
The basic one?
superiors when I was there. Or actually, I traded.
The
with
basic ones are 50 gold.
Right,
Before
I
we
know
leave-
what they are.
It's 50, 100, 150.
I just don't know if he
Yeah, no,
marks
they're-
them up.
Yeah, you have to purchase them, and what's left over from the purchase that you guys went on is there's 1 superior, 1 greater, and 4 regular left. Healing wise, so
Okay.
if you want to buy all of them, you can.
Sure, why not?
So it's 2, 3, 450 gold
Okay.
for the potions. To get the crossbow bolster you need.
There it goes, because
It's It's literally 5 silver for 20.
it's
I refuse to leave the bar until I speak to the bartender.
it's 10 gold per platinum, right?
Yes.
Oh, there goes all my now I'm that much farther away from my cat.
You not only holding my body hostage.
So
Now I
Yeah,
need 50 platinum.
Well,
So-
this is more business for us.
Okay.
All right.
So,
You only owe 500 gold?
Yeah.
So
No,
people are saying to go to Riverguard Keep.
600.
There are people that want to stay until they talk to the barkeep. What else? Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Oh, there's
Did
one
we
thing.
get paid?
That's what we're staying in the bar for.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get paid so I can go buy my quiver, hopefully, or my yeah.
Which
endless
one
arrows.
was? Did I give you guys the reward amounts?
I don't recall.
500 platinum.
For that one, it was 5. Yeah, just any of the 3 that we did, we were gonna get 500 on
Okay,
top
that's
of our
right.
money back.
I'm just making sure that I
I have it written down somewhere what you took from us.
Yeah, he had it written down.
Oh no, I know what he took from you guys.
Making sure we get our money back.
Yeah. So
What
500
about my
platinum for that.
violin?
Performance check for you, please.
Because it was gonna be 100 platinum each,
13.
13.
and I'm still short on my freaking quiver.
It doesn't
Oh,
come
wait,
out
if I
half
get
bad
that 100 platinum,
from what
my
you
debt's paid off.
can hear.
Well, it's 500 split between
With
the 6
your
of us
experience
now.
with it,
No, it was split
you don't
5
know
ways,
one
and
way or
then
the
you
other,
came.
but that was good or bad.
So you kind of threw it
So-
off. So it's
Taking my money.
It's up to you
it'll be less than
when
100.
you go downstairs.
That's fine, because I
Yeah,
still
so
have.
like I go
it would be
downstairs and then
Like 80 each.
Yeah, I got
open
it.
my book and
Which would still be
I'm
significant.
sure that this is
It's
all
still
going to
more
take
than
a little
60.
while.
You
So
owe me 3 platinum, but you never killed Kid.
I killed him.
Oh yeah.
All right.
No, he
so,
knocked him unconscious.
We called it square.
Yeah. You did kill him. You just got brought out.
okay.
Yep.
So what are you guys doing? You guys waiting
I sit
for?
down at the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want my money so I can go shopping.
Yeah, I want to go shopping. Shopping trip.
So, Ilya, you say you want your money. You're just sitting there.
Well, I'm sitting there waiting for him to come out. Like, if he's not directly at the bar, I'm sure he's in the back.
He's
But,
walking.
like,
cleaning right now.
Sir.
I think your boots here.
Sir. Can we talk about our previous arrangement?
He says, "Sure, just one moment." And he leans down onto the bottom shelf, pulls out something, and you see his image drop. And you see the human male there again. And he says, "Which part of our arrangement?"
Where we standing on it right now? According to you, how do we stand?
What do you mean?
Are we complete? Are we
You asked us
unfinished?
to go take care of this problem in the forest, and we took care of the problem in the forest.
See, you weren't being specific. He says, "Okay. Do you have proof that it's done?"
You forgot to bring the ears.
Yes, go see the Revanant. He's at his crypt waiting.
We encountered a disturbed barbarian burial site where a revenant was found. The farmers on site were the ones disturbing at the order of Marlos. They were trying to frame the eternal flame for this.
I look at my fingernails to start. I mean, like, I'm sure I can get something out of this.
Okay.
Fairy, did you happen to find anything when you were at the house?
I never got to go through the house.
Here, I have these carrots.
So,
Insight.
so Morlando, after
The
everything,
books and the legend? Yeah, that was from.
That's not from this. That's
Oh,
not from
that wasn't from him?
he does this, and in the corner you see the orange tabby cat come out. He brushes, walks in between you and Prince, and just,
I'm,
touches me, I move away.
of course, and just
tapping my
makes her way up and sits on the counter. He says to the cat, and he says, "Can we verify?"
Well, she followed us there.
Can you verify how?
She brought Mac.
By the smoke that was coming from the ranch. The ranch owner, who has now reluctantly passed down ownership to his son, who has voluntold into a new way of life. The barbarians that surrounded the place, that pretty much wanted to just wreak havoc, but we settled it out in some kind of order instead of just chaos and letting them just think whatever they wanted to think. We didn't allow them to lie and play any more tricks. The truth was told.
Yep.
Barbarians were satisfied.
Oh, we can prove it that way. Let's just cast zone of truth, isn't it?
Roll persuasion, please.
Me or him?
Oh,
Any better? 4. I need this dice.
He looks at you and just smiles and says, "Go check." And she hops down, makes her way out the front door, and disappears. Sid will know shortly.
As the door opens, can I look? Is there smoke coming from any trees anywhere?
Roll perception.
19. Oh, actually, 26.
Those
I
are
d- but
two
my
completely
persuasion is +0, my perception is +7. So I was going off with the last one.
Okay. Those are two completely different numbers. Like that's
Big jump.
yeah.
Does my zombie come back eventually? How's it over
Nothing
there?
you know. So you see in the short time
Your wisdom
that
is
the cat
20 plus
pawed the
3.
door open,
So 5 plus 3 should be. Yeah.
so
I'm just like, wait,
you
that's the same as
see
mine. You have higher wisdom.
the faint out darker area compared to the rest of the clear sky on the edge of the door frame.
It's clear.
The rest of it's clear. You see a faint, looks to be a smoke trail
This stats
going up.
taking your feet.
Okay. So, 5, 10 minutes pass, and in comes the cat. She says, "What they say is true. It was
Thank you, cat.
so."
Did you touch it?
Do you actually touch the cat?
No, I want my money. I said,
Oh.
thank you,
Oh, I
cat.
thought
I was about to say,
I thought he was poking the cat. I was like, yes, he's about to fuck somebody else up.
No, I already talked to the cat. I just started speaking to it.
Okay. So Marlena says, "Okay." He goes down.
How's your
It goes back into the kitchen area and comes back with 2 pouches.
double meaning?
So here's the price for the fee, and as you open it up, it's full of platinum. In the other bag, he says, "Oh, this is and as promised. Here's the money returned."
Insight check.
Go ahead.
You don't need to do an insight check. You just open the bag and count the money.
83.33. And there.
Yeah.
So we each get 83.33.
Since he's telling
You
the truth,
know, a
83
failed
platinum?
insight check it gives the DM tells you the exact same thing as a
83
successful.
platinum and 3 gold.
Nothing.
Gold and then 3 silver.
No, he tells you
Yeah,
you
three
believe
nuts.
it's true.
Okay.
So how much?
so you guys gonna open up and divvy it out?
Yep.
I'm gonna open up and look for my
Okay, I need to.
portion bag.
How much time do we have left, sir?
Ma'am,
Oh, ma'am, sorry.
I was
All-
saying that's been about 10 minutes, is what he
all-
said, 10 minutes?
All you
Roughly?
humanoids look the same.
Huh?
Yeah, roughly 10 minutes.
Yeah, so
83 is
still like
platinum, right?
another
No,
50
but
minutes or
also
so.
humanoid.
Well, you would still be shopping. You would, if you went out to go buy your stuff, well, after you finish.
Well, that's what. That was my next question. How long is my shopping taking?
It doesn't take very long overall.
Okay.
I need to add.
But you'd be back by the time the cat came back.
Okay.
So,
I want to speak with my handler using my spy network.
okay. Roll investigation.
So there's 83 from the party funds, and then you got back whatever you originally had.
So 83 gold,
Platinum.
83 platinum.
And
18.
then your original
Huh?
fund back.
18.
18.
I gotta find out
Um,
what my original was.
You reach out, say that you want
I think that's on
to
my
speak to him, and
original. There it is.
At the usual place
are you doing this in the middle of the night or are you doing this in the morning?
in the morning.
Okay, so as you're out shopping, right? You're asking for him.
I just spent
311.
On your way back after getting your crossbow bolts, he does reach out to you,
Should have, I think.
asking you to meet.
Double check with him. I believe it's around 186 gold back from what I did not receive, or what he was holding from me.
So, I'll cover you in just a second, Mac. Everybody here is gonna get 83 platinum from the pouch for the reward itself. Logan, Grim, Ilya, and Fairy all receive 150 gold as well, on top of what was on top of that.
On top of that?
You get your 150 gold is what you were owed back.
Yeah,
83 gold was the reward.
83 platinum.
Platinum. Back.
So, so Mac, for you, going back to you now. You guys meet, and he says,
What do you pay?
"How may I help?"
I spent 150
Yeah,
on
oh,
that.
I just
Boom.
I want to pay back my debt that I owed for that contract that I failed to fulfill.
So 300.
He says, "Okay."
And then
He sits there. He sits there waiting.
So here's 60 platinum.
He looks out and says, "Was that the agreed amount?"
Yes.
Um,
Well, it was the amount you gave me. It does not include any penalty amount.
Okay. He smiles and says, "Okay. We're even for now.
Oh,
For now."
I get it.
He says, "If that'll be all, I will see you later."
Okay.
And he just slowly disappears back into
Shadows.
the shadows where he hangs out normally. So,
So, this keep Ilya with this what's his name?
Marlos.
Milos. What do you plan on getting there? What information do you know?
we still have the horse, right?
Yeah.
How long does your horse last?
An hour.
But he can resummon it.
Yeah. Just takes like 10 minutes.
you can cast a spell slot or 10 minutes for it, the ritual.
I
Yeah,
believe
probably
there's
just
anywhere
use the
from 10 to 12 people that run this town.
Uh-huh.
They're in succession of order, and they're in cahoots of running any kind of schemes that can benefit them. We have
Oh, they sound like my kind of person.
no, not in more of a pay and dispose if you're not going to be working anywhere. But thank God, they are using this town as their own to get what they will, what they pleasure. They run in a system. We know where a few of them work and what their poison is. Do they drink too much? Do they work too much? Do they like women? We have a list, and I did get a little bit of information about where Milo's reports to and who he reports to. The person who he reports to is the head and in charge of guards for them, as in their security. I believe we should work a different angle, a little easier angle, to get some more information, to where if we did approach anybody else, we would have information on it, instead of just kicking in doors blindly and
I like it.
Reconnaissance is a great way.
I would agree.
Do you mind if I put these bindings on you?
yes.
Take him to dinner first.
I just want to pretend that you're my bounty and I'm coming to collect the bounty from them.
From them?
Yeah.
But with bounty, who do you talk to for bounty? Are you
Probably the head of security.
But why me? Why do I have to be there? Why not the tank or the big guy?
I'm small and underestimated.
I'll
But
get
you're hard to hit.
I'm aware of that, but not everybody knows that.
Yes, deceived.
Here you can find me, but let me go to the store first.
Yeah, we need to do some shopping, I think.
Either way we want to go, I do not believe just rushing down on somebody
I can be
without
right back.
I'd agree.
I'll run real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm just talking through right now.
Oh yes. So am I. Any better one?
Kyrie will
you have
return to the
anything?
blacksmith that she visited previously.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it was one.
Okay.
I slipped out and went to the blacksmith too, so I can learn.
So you want the shop, I want the blacksmith.
What's the? Yeah, where I went to get
It was one superior.
One greater and 4 regular.
There's no one besides the cat. Is there
I
anyone
go to
else outside
the
the bar?
Lord
It's early in the
Savior.
morning.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Ironhead Arms.
The Lord Savior's.
And after I tell them, I call for the barkeep and say, "There's no reason to play coy. I know you're listening at all times when it goes down in your bar. Any add-ins, any advice, anything that you could maybe lay on us so that can be helpful."
Yeah, I'm going to spend a fair bit myself.
It says okay. It says if you're looking for Marlowe's, Riverguard Keep is where you're more likely to find it.
That's where we need to go, right? That's where.
Well, we didn't know the name of the keep. We just knew there was a keep.
And we knew the keep. I knew the keep. We three knew what it was. Oh, and you two, because we were two.
Now, there's another thing that we need to talk about before we go on an expedition. And before any more information is shared. We are a group that needs to work together. Divided group neither does not get any traction going, and a wagon with a broke wheel does not get goods delivered. So,
We have a prophet here.
Kyrie, it seems that some of the actions of the group seem to be troubling you, and it seems that you're willing to go against it. Seems to be troubling the group as into getting things done. We cannot work like this, so what do you propose?
Don't kill the people I try and spare.
People must die sometimes.
I know.
You sparing every person could come into getting valuable
The old man
information.
made his choice. The boy was under his influence, as his father.
The boy had made his choice too. The boy was of
The boy
age
had
to
another
walk away
chance.
from the farm. The boy could also leave. Everyone has a chance in the world.
And I gave him another.
How old was the boy?
Yes. Okay. I'm
The-
just pointing this out now that
William.
it seems that you.
Oh,
If there's a
Wigan
chance
was
for a
the
better path to be taken,
father.
I want to
No,
do it.
Bertram was the
If
father.
they just throw that in
No,
my face,
Bertram
So
was
the
the
path
son.
of one
Father.
person
Son.
would outweigh the path of one.
Wigan's the father. And
everyone deserves a second chance.
So Bertram
Everyone
was
deserves a second
would be
chance. Okay.
middle
That's fine.
30s,
If they're willing to,
mid 30s,
let them
30.
try. If
Or
not,
He's 30, yeah.
I will help you.
He's 30.
I don't
Hold
need
on.
any hope. This is your problem.
He's
that
not
you
a
have
boy.
to
He's
say.
30 years old. That's a man, and he can do his own thing.
Yes, I have no problem sparing parts with people if they breathe and not breathe. You have a problem here of trying to save people. No one else
So
has
than
that
me.
goal.
I'm not going to stop.
I can have that
You
goal.
cannot
I can have that goal.
to spare people,
Yeah, if I get paid.
but your goal is not that. Your goal is money.
Yeah, that's true.
I can agree with sparing those who are deserving.
I would prefer life over death in general, but if my hand is
I
forced,
believe if you lied to us straight up and sent us into evil and would rather us die, then you don't deserve a second chance. You made your chance by sending me to my death. So
That-
therefore, why should I care if you live or die?
That I also agree with. But if they're
And I
deserving of
find out
mercy,
makes
then
the
show
world
it.
go
If
round.
they are deserving of death,
But you
give
know
it
what?
to them.
Somebody will
if they're
say
willing to
let's
try
see.
better, I'm willing to give them that chance. If not, I will stop them.
We'll see how this plays out.
We will stop.
Okay.
I will stop them all.
So, you wanted to go see the Ironhead Arms?
Yes.
Okay, and you wanted Ironhead.
Yeah.
You walk into similar site, but instead of having both forges going, both of them are working at the same forge.
Okay. I'll just knock on the door. Hello.
You hear the dull thud of
Oh,
metal
okay.
on metal,
He came up
and the
with his
ringing
own
as
way.
it as as the door slides open, you can see
He was already going.
they're finishing up what they're working on as far as portion of the plate that they were working on. He looks at you and says, "How may I help you?"
Hi, I'm here to get some full plate.
Full plate.
I have the money to pay if you would like.
Okay. Are you trying to do similar to what you have now?
This is very nice. I like the lightweightness of it. If possible, then yes, but whatever you can really come up with. You would like +1. We don't have that kind of money. Oh, come on.
So do you have a few days to spare?
Good question. How long do I think it would take to get to the keep and back here?
From what you've been told, roll nature check.
Nature?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or survival.
Blessing.
Yeah. Sarah and Ray, please help me on this. 'Cause dear God. Survival's better for me, so I'm gonna do
Fine.
that. It's not bad. 18.
18. From what you were told, that the Riverguard Keep is near the base of the mountains to the north. From your knowledge of the area, you're guessing at least a day and a half travel.
And we're probably gonna spend some time there.
And that's just to get to the outside of the keep.
Yeah.
And that's going on horseback, not walking.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are walking,
Take longer.
Sounds like you have a few days.
so.
Then yeah, I think I do. I don't necessarily know when I'll be back. Can I keep it in reserve here?
The armor?
Yes.
So not a problem. You can pay when you get back.
Okay.
So.
Doesn't want to retain it.
No.
Oh, cool. We might find it on the way, and you won't have to pay.
While she's gone and getting her armor, I would like to go to your character's Logan, and pull Logan aside. Be like those scripts you found. I have a few more if you could please translate it for me.
Alright. So, we compare notes.
What languages do you speak, Logan?
What? Undercommon.
What other languages do you speak?
Draconic, Undercommon, okay, Elvish, Infernal, Abyssal, Dwarven, Celestial, Undercommon, and Draconic.
Okay. You do know what this is, and it's not undercommon. It is elfish.
Okay, so,
Well, I could have translated that before.
which one is that?
This one that he's handing you.
I just kind of give you both of them.
The-
And say if you could let me know decently, please.
What, it's the Marlowe seal, or what seal is it?
Which one's you handing to her? There was 3 scrolls that you had.
Excuse me?
You talked about the 3 scrolls, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 of them total. Which one are you handing? There's 3 different seals on them.
I had them all 3. I want to know what all 3 said. They have not been popped open as far as I'm aware.
Okay. So. I now
Okay, so there's 2 seals I know of.
Other than this, like they've never been.
So you know of the Eternal Flame and the Black Earth, if I think is correct. Let me double check.
Spells.
You said Eternal Flame and what?
Hold on, I'm just double checking. You were Logan. You were told about Black Earth and Eternal Flame, right?
Yes, sir.
That you guys know about right now. Okay.
About on horse. Longer.
We didn't ask if it was on hold.
Yes, he did.
Day and a half to the Riverguard Keep on horse. Yep.
I thought we were going to do something else.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was making sure it's
If you know where Marlos is, then we should be line for him.
Alright,
That's
so,
the Riverguard Keep.
Yep.
as you look at the scrolls, 2 of them have, one has the symbol of, making sure I have the right one, cool. Black Earth. There's one with the symbol of, the Eternal Flame. And the last one, if I'm looking for the right thing, is going to be
The poison water.
the new one that you haven't seen yet. What it is the last one is going to be the third one in the corner.
Okay, so it's an hourglass with the top off.
Basically, yeah. For those that can see. Cool.
So there's
Those are the three symbols that you see on the seals.
a line in the pyramid. A line in
So the triangle with the line in the center, that's the Black Earth, the one that you guys have been familiar with up to this point. Then you have the Eternal Flame, which is the brand that was on the cows in the Nettleby Ranch. Then the last one is looks like the hourglass with the top off. That's the last one. That's the last scroll of the three.
Because we saw that one on the triangle. What's the black earth symbol?
The triangle with the line in the center.
It's basically like
Harry Potter symbol? Without a circle?
Yeah. So, as you look through, which scroll you'll be opening up first?
the Black Earth.
The Black Earth. As you open it up, it says, "We agree to your terms." In Elvish. Release my family, and that's all it's on the letter that you can see in Elvish.
So,
Is that it?
And where did you get this note from?
They literally just fell into our laps. This lady we came across was in great danger. Her whole family got threatened. They got handed these scrolls, got told to deliver them, and then on our way to try to get her to them delivered, she ended up dying, and I took over the scrolls, and I just wanted to know what was so worth the money.
You know where the body is?
Yes, but it's gone.
Is it a pile of ash?
Darn, can't speak with dead if they're not there. Alright.
She didn't know too much about anything. Literally, her family was threatened. She gave these scrolls, got told to come to town and deliver them.
Alright.
Who was she to deliver them to?
Alright, so
We got two out, right?
Huh?
Oh, here, they're out, right?
Yeah, you're not there yet. You're not there yet.
and
Kyrie.
so same question. Where were these supposed to be delivered to?
A constable in the office.
Con-
Or in the
This one had lines
in the city.
a constable?
I was like in the office, that's what it was.
Constable. Was it Harba?
I believe. I believe so, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Constable Harbuck has more information than if he's the one that he was delivering
Does
to.
that sound familiar to me?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Consul Harbrook is a name.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's just letting you think about it. Ask.
Well, I wanted to look real quick and see.
If it's the same constable, Harbuck is the one that sent me and Elfie up to the cave to dispatch a white. Maybe silencing him or some other.
Probably just helping one humble.
Alright, so
That
we're gonna have
sounds
to.
like something they would do.
And you said there's the guards are under pay of Marlowe's.
No. The guards are underneath someone else's control. Marlos is, I think Marlos is a small fish. Not to say that we won't get anything good from him. I just think that he is not necessarily the person we're after.
He's another pawn. Wait, I'm not there.
Stupid hydras. Many-headed creatures.
Okay.
Yeah,
So as you
I
guys are
get that.
finishing up that conversation,
Many-headed.
Ilya, you make your way over to the shop he's near enough.
Yeah, the Lawrence.
Yep.
St. James.
And Pay Lawrence sitting there. As he comes in, says, "Welcome back.
Hi there, do you still have my quiver?
Which one would you like?"
Quiver and this arrow, of course. You held it for me.
He says, "Okay." He goes back behind, goes back through the door, and the younger woman steps out. He goes back. No more than a couple minutes later, he comes out with the quiver you asked for. And says, "And the agreed price?"
I have it. One question, is this a dimensional object?
Technically,
Because, I
You
mean,
should not put it in the bag of holding.
yet never ever put it in the bag of holding.
You should probably keep it on you,
Oh,
just
yeah,
not in the bag.
Yeah, exactly.
let's see.
That way you still have access to it whenever you really need it.
Because it essentially works the same exact way as a bag of holding, except for arrows, right?
Basically,
I say I need an arrow, and I reach down and I grab an arrow. Forever.
let's see.
Any more mysterious food?
Do you want to buy these arrows back?
It is not.
That's what, 5 gold? 5 silver? 10 silver? Oh yeah, I'll totally give him a man. He's got a
Okay.
crossbow.
He said he has a bow.
You have a bow too?
Yeah, it is not considered.
It is not.
No,
So it could hold in the bag.
it could be in the bag of holding.
It's not going to be, but.
I double checked. I'm making sure. Like
Okay,
I was reading how it
Alright,
states
so
things.
'Cause, yeah, otherwise that would
3,500
be
gold,
dangerous.
3,500 gold transaction.
Okay, not a problem. Roll a d6, please.
Keep.
3.
Roll percentile dice.
Oh,
That's 2d10, right?
waste the minute.
Or a percentile.
53.
53.
How he's choosing to read that gap.
Or 35.
Okay. So as you
Okay.
take it, and
They sell these.
it looks like what it was. It does require an attunement slot, so it will take about an hour to attune to it during a short rest. Okay. So but you do now have a quiver of endless arrows.
So I need to expand a short rest to.
Basically, yeah. So as you guys all head back, you guys finish your conversation.
So opening up and
What are the 2 scrolls?
So you guys, it says the same thing.
Alright, I go and I say.
They all say the same thing.
Exact same. They all say
They're
the
all-
same thing.
Different, talking to different families.
Yeah, it's
More than
the
likely.
same letter from the same family with the different stamps.
Yes.
what? Thieves.
I'm gonna shoot him back.
Well, okay, it was the.
I'll just
black.
take some
The
from you.
black
Yeah,
berry
yeah,
was
yeah.
in
Yeah.
the whites.
No, I just, every
area?
time I need, I'll just pull 10
What
arrows.
do you mean?
Both
The
of them?
letter that I
What's
was
the two?
opening was in the that we found in the whites.
Okay.
What
Huh, I wonder if it actually looks like that.
was the black?
Sure it does.
Because there was
Or I
one
just
that
stand
was
next to them
open
and
and
every
one
time
that
I
was
need an
unopened.
arrow, I just.
Yeah.
The one that was open was
That would kind of ruin your stealth.
what was that?
Oh, that's true.
Was that
Yeah.
black
Unless we're
earth?
both stuff.
Yes, they were both the
In
same
that
symbol
case, yeah, that's
of
true.
black
We
or
do have
silver.
the stealth ones.
Okay. Black earth.
the-
And one was in undercommon. And the other one was
Which way
still
I
on
want to stay
the
far away
Yes.
from me. Because I have disadvantage on all stealth checks.
I'll just shoot 10
Okay,
arrows
so,
and go down real quick.
I told
Sure, that'll help
him
my big fat
about
+0.
a transaction
Actually,
going
have
on
chaos.
between the keep and the farm,
Okay.
So that's my 5 pound.
and it was in a code that I didn't understand.
3.
And then I'm gonna open the second seal, the one that was sealed from the whites.
The second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So in the first one, you learned about
They were kind enough to say they'll
Billard,
take it after it's done.
which is the one. It's the town in the mountains to the north. Then you guys learned about.
It works the same way. If he paid me to kill you,
No, sorry. You guys also learned about Womford. WOMFORD.
Is one choice the
Womford.
other?
Womford is the one in the mountains.
I wouldn't pay him.
Yeah, was it? Sorry, Womford is the one in the mountains. Billard is the one on the northeastern, the easternmost
Alright, so
side of the island.
Womford's near where we're
I
going
mean,
to
if my
the
actions
keep,
like
but it's still
haven't proven
further.
that to you, then
Yeah.
I think you don't know what that is.
So what, as you guys hit the key before you hit Womford, going that direction.
You should.
But
Well, you could be.
then we gotta cross all the mountains if we want to
You
go to
told
Womford.
me that if you
I
give
don't know if
everybody
we
one
wanna cross
chance,
the
but then
mountains.
it's,
But so as you open it up,
oh, you get unlimited chances.
No,
it looks
I give you a chance, and if you screw it up,
Okay.
there will be consequences.
so. Roll a.
I try to give people the chance to do better, and if they don't,
So you,
if they
as you open up to
fuck
read
with
it,
people,
roll a intelligence check, please.
I still
9
don't
plus
understand what ground we're
4 is 15.
Okay. As you
It's
read
gotta
through it,
be
it
not as bad as what he did.
references the movement of some supply from Ballard
Technically, twice.
to
Ballard
does
is
it count if I undid it?
yeah, this coast.
Does it count as an
So,
effect if I undid it?
The movement of something from Ballard
Twice.
into Red Larch
Not twice.
He
for
backed him,
temporary
and
holding.
then I shot him with an arrow.
He didn't die
It
from that though.
states
Only one.
Your arrow. He went unconscious, and I stayed alive.
4 days.
There's a difference.
No, because I dealt.
And
You
it
didn't-
references
More than
a
twice
meeting
his
spot
You didn't,
between
no, you didn't kill him.
Ballard
He was
and
unconscious. That's what he said.
Red Larch.
I don't see
To
how
me.
he could.
The area doesn't sound familiar to you,
Less
but it does state
than
that on there.
6 or more than 6.
Ferry. There's a
I don't know either,
there was
but
a
he said
shipment sent
unconscious.
from
Not dead.
um
He was dead when he did.
Bell-
Ballard.
Bellard to
Bellard?
yeah Bellard is
How do you spell that?
BEL
Right here.
LARD.
AIRD.
I already made that joke.
There's a shipment coming from
It's like, is
Bellard.
there
Um,
a Fresh Prince there?
It says on here it said 4 days, but it's probably been a few.
Is that your
while.
Pyramon, I think?
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Are there any markings that
Primal
indicate?
so like this?
Time.
It's been awakened already. Oh, it's awakened?
Yeah. Ours aren't. Just the base one.
As you look around it more,
No.
in the
his
bottom
is
corner,
open.
it
Everybody
has
else's is sneezing.
It also came from a traumatic experience. When it got
seventh day
Mirror?
is what
A
it
mirror?
has on there, which would have been 3 days ago for you guys.
So it's supposed to be arriving here in a day or so.
7 days total?
No,
Yeah.
the 7th day. And so it should be here in a day.
From Bellard to here.
So been on the road for 3 days. At least.
His armor will take about 4 days. So we can go get this quest done.
What town are we in?
Huh?
What town are we in?
Red Larch.
Red Larch.
Red Large.
Larch. LARCH.
Oh.
And
Now
there's
to make a.
I know how to solve this.
You know what?
There's a temple in town, right?
Then I know of one from my day,
That's
yes.
right. Okay, I'm gonna donate 10 gold to the temple.
so it says there's a
To
meeting.
the temple or me?
To the temple.
Okay, good.
There's a meeting place. It doesn't look familiar. What is this?
To you, it didn't look familiar.
Does that make you feel?
It's a start.
Graham, are you in the room with
It's
them?
going to go to some good use, but I don't believe it was given out of
Yeah, with them.
honesty.
Roll intelligence check, please.
So I
I believe it was made as an attempt to appease me, which is not the reason you should be donating.
6.
Sarenrae.
Just letters
But it should mean something
Not
that
really
just
making
totally
any sense.
bothers my
What-
character.
What about fairy? You know anything?
I don't want you to do it to make me feel
You go
bad.
through.
I want you to do
You
it
go
because
through
you
and
want
read
to
it
do something to help
as
them.
you're explaining the area.
Which you're
um,
probably not going to do, are you?
You know it's going to be along the coast.
I mean, if you want to, by all
Is
means.
what, is
but
what they're
don't do it for
referencing.
me. Do it because you want to help.
And the best you can get is it's at least a day out from Red Larch, is where the meeting place is. Yeah.
If it's a coast,
I don't
I'm going
hate
by
you.
ship.
Can
It might be.
can I take that knowledge and try to talk it over with Grim to see if I could jog his memory a little bit more?
Okay.
I mean, my character's totally conflicted.
Roll.
Grim.
At least you're not in
You roll an intelligence check, please.
I mean,
that you know of.
Actually, sorry, or wisdom. You can choose one or the other. I'll let you choose one or the other.
Right above wisdom.
A wisdom check or a.
It's a base mod.
I was
It's not the actual skills.
14.
14. It takes you the better part of an hour.
Oh.
By this time, everybody's made it back in, and you're sitting there trying to explain to him what the paper says. Grim, roll me an intelligence check, please.
So it took an hour?
I will cast guidance.
He's still working
You
on
said
it.
an hour?
he's gonna pray.
Because I'm still attuned to this thing as I'm sitting here.
Yeah. So by the time they're done, by the time he's done with this, you'll have attuned to
I
it.
see Grim struggling, and I will give him guidance.
13.
13 total.
Yeah.
Okay. From
Tuning.
No, it's fine.
does take about an hour total time for you to explain this to him. But as he says, what he's explaining is there's a series of caverns almost that are along the coast. You know of them only because you've traveled a lot. And that's about it. You've never been inside of them.
Just noticed him and kept on going.
Basically, you didn't really pay attention much to it. It's something you were passing by. But you do know that there are probably 5 or 6 of them along the coast that, if someone's coming by boat, would be easily accessible. Otherwise, the handful of other ones are either too high up with no access, or they're actually underwater.
Do you know like a name or like a reference point after or like something that we could call it, or you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's by Horseshoe Bend. You know, that's that one bend in the road. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like something to give some kind of
He
like
wants a
reference.
landmark.
Yeah, something to be like.
The chicken.
Oh, yeah. Oh god.
What's a landmark? Okay.
Or just like something that he
Old
would
Man
know
Rock.
Old man.
Oh,
so
look.
we could go up
There
there
it is,
or
Old Man
something.
Rock.
Well, the closest
Instead of
thing
being like, "Remember that time that we saw way back?"
we're gonna go.
Dang, it took me an hour to get you to remember.
Reference the map.
This is the fun.
And whoop.
That's what I was looking at.
We can all break out our maps.
Not at any level?
I don't have that.
Cool, there we
stuff.
go. All right, so you guys are here at Red Larch.
Yep.
Okay. The area that cues on for you is actually going to be like this belly right here, as it comes down. You don't really know if there's a name that's used in the area. You just caverns by the beach, basically for you. That's how easy it is for you. But it's right here, right in this area here, on the lower half.
How far is it between the two cities? The two ports.
Between Ballard and where you are now, like the total travel time,
Miles.
it's a week travel across.
No, actually,
By walking or by horse?
go figure out how to
By-
read it down after so.
Walking to weeks travel. By horse, normal travel 3 days, 4 days. If you're doing caravan, about 5 days. By boat, going up the coast, day and a half, 2 days at most of straight sailing.
Grim, how you say like?
I got a song for that.
So it's probably about at least 100 miles?
Easily, yeah.
So
If you think
I look
about,
at the,
like,
we look at the
so-
party, or I look
Yeah,
at
it's
the party.
probably close to 200 miles, 150.
7. So it's 3 days out at a normal pace is going to be at least 100 miles out of town.
Alright, so,
At least, because
so 300 miles?
roughly, just it's closer to the 240 miles almost to go across.
Is that it from the light?
Hmm?
Is that it from the light? Is that
Yeah,
it?
and then so that was both of your letters? It said that the
All three of
fam-
my letters said the same thing, and I already
Okay.
went and took them and I put them on.
So it was, I agreed to the deal and released my family?
Yeah, it was all three of those.
Mm-hmm. And then these two were,
He had 2 more scrolls from the White's Cave that he had retrieved, and they were.
One was about the meeting place.
One was about talking about both Ballard and Womford as points of interest for
Ballard
the
and what?
Womford,
WOM.
Womford?
Right here.
WOMFORD. That's the one in the north. Okay. And Ballard is the one along the coast down here. So this is Ballard. That's Womford up here.
And we're in the top left there.
You're over here on this side.
Main island.
Is the map upside down for you guys?
No?
No, you're good.
You're good.
Okay. Just making sure.
but, okay, so,
I mean,
from
sideways.
Bellard
Like this.
to,
There you go. Dark side
Red
language.
Lodge. So that's going there, and then there was also something about
So Red
the
Larch,
farm going up to
Bellard.
the
Yep.
keep.
Womford.
Going
Yep.
up to the keep.
Between the keep and the ranch. I'm not sure exactly.
All right.
So
Can I look at you and I thank you for sharing since I shared with you. As they get through.
That's the way it should be. We should all share.
Anybody else have any scrolls?
What's a scroll?
I've got the
Alrighty then.
I've got
You
the
know
scroll
what a
from
scroll is.
the white that I didn't open, and it's
That
still
was the one that you.
no, it's a
Oh, I
scroll.
thought that was toilet.
I thought it was a
The,
spell
you're
scroll.
talking about the spell scroll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, you still have that.
I want to
How many scrolls
look
have
at
you
it.
lost because of that?
Okay.
Does it have the seal of the
wanna know.
Marla seal, or
No.
Yeah,
does it have any
definitely
seal on
wanna
it?
No
throw
seal
away.
on it.
Okay, so I
It's just
want.
wrapped
Like
in
resurrection.
Okay,
I'm like,
so I want to.
oh, eternal life. Oh,
Can you
yes, that's good. Full
examine it
language.
without?
Good to read before the light.
Arcana check.
I can't. Okay.
I can read them. If I read all that language. Doesn't help me.
7 plus
It's like reading the newspaper.
17.
17. Okay. You look at it. The language itself is difficult to read, but it does come through because of its arcane properties.
In the front backwards.
Does it have any of any marks about what language it is that I know of?
Oh no, you can read it.
Okay.
It's just it takes a little bit because it's more of a primitive arcane runes that are on there, so it takes a little bit more to come through. Just making sure I get the right name with the spell because I bring it off. As you're reading it, the bottom of the scroll looks to be torn off.
The bottom of the scroll is torn off.
So as you're reading the spell, you notice that it's not necessarily complete.
From there with one.
That it's missing something.
Never get hit.
What it does
Yeah.
say that as you're reading the spell, it keeps repeating the name, or 2 words, cursed tablet, as it's going through. And you realize that that's actually the name of the spell, is cursed tablet. But you're not sure exactly what it does specifically as you're reading through it. But it is necrotic as far as the type of spell it is, but it's not complete. So even if you wanted to read it or learn it, you're not going to be able to transfer it over because it's not complete.
I think the chances are very high that we're now going on a quest to find the cursed tablet spell.
No, not yet.
We still need to go to the keep.
We do.
I don't think the keep is the highest priority at this moment.
You're trying to get your tablet spell?
I don't have a tablet spell.
The list.
I think the shipment should be handled first, because the shipment that Logan has got up is, I believe, will take. If they get whatever they're trying to get in, if it's money, it could pay people. If it's supplies, it could do damage.
Definitely,
If
I
it's-
would definitely go off that, especially if they think it's if it's not known that we know it.
But-
It's gonna be less guards, and if we can take out the guards.
And then just messing up the farm, Marlos might
Investigate.
be on lookout. He might investigate. But this is also another hit to kind of spread them thin.
Right.
I would agree with that.
Also, there was the band of orcs going
I would
east,
agree with that too.
Further east.
Are we all willing to pitch in for a boat?
Oh, the issue with the orcs?
Yeah, further east,
How
or
much would
did
it
we take care
I
of
think
think
we
we're
got
gonna
it.
sail.
a small band of orcs?
I believe
on a
so.
boat,
So
That was
we need
relatively
a
small.
guide too.
Right.
From what you
We
understand.
need a crew and we need a boat.
Well, we wouldn't. And we could get a dinghy.
So what is the plan going
we know
forward?
how to row.
We're trying to figure if the group wants to pitch in for a boat.
Or we just take one.
Okay.
We could borrow one, rent one.
Borrow. Quote.
We could hire someone for an expedition.
Yes.
Right.
And then throw them overboard and take the boat.
And not until they betray us.
Okay.
There.
Give me a big
Has
wink.
my zombie reappeared?
No.
You can swim.
You betrayed me.
It's coming from Mars.
Would I know if it was killed or not?
Roll me a
Push him over.
intelligence check.
If we
I
if we
want
do
to
commercial,
know
then I can
about
get
my
control
zombie.
water. So, just
Thank
speed
you.
up water travel.
19.
Yes.
It's really what you can help us. Next level, I can swim and breathe.
What
Fucking give us like.
I don't think
Next
there's
you
level,
realize
I can
happens
take
is
out
you
the
travel
bunch of
too
songs.
fast to maintain
When I take level
contact.
one guard.
we taking a little while.
So generally what happens is, because it's not a permanent,
Yeah.
You lost concentration.
it was not that you lost concentration, it became out of your sphere of influence, so you no longer
Does that
have
count
control.
as a mutiny cause right there?
Right.
Not for all together.
So do we have to go kill a
But
zombie?
you don't know where
real
it is.
fast.
Man, it's too
So
dry out
if-
here. Oh no.
If I raise it with the unburial, is that different than raising an enemy undead?
Yes.
So if I were to use the unburial, would that how would that
We'll talk about that a little later, but yeah.
Okay, so
Like to ask the barkeep.
So I feel like
recommend a place to rent a ship and a crew to hire.
you know what the port is. It's right down the road.
I just don't want to go down there blindly. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, I
Who's
want to know
that
like
ship?
who's the
Find
good
me the
people.
No,
Alright, so
I'm good.
Galker's
I'm
sitting
good.
there.
I'm good.
As you ask, he goes,
Looking for a ship.
there's plenty of ships down at the dock.
I'm going down to the dock.
If you're looking for a crew, depends on what it's for, but most, if you're paying good.
Okay.
I know probably on the way down to the dock, I think Grim wanted to go buy something or something.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
I would like a shield.
Grim would like a shield.
Buying the dock at the time.
Plus your face.
Alright, so you're gonna, so,
It's a good idea, Grim.
is anybody helping Grim?
Isn't your pyre maul
Are you actually going with Grim?
two-handed?
'Cause
Okay.
I have some things I want to look
Do
at.
you
yeah,
know
the
what he,
scimitar.
so you're
I would
going, so
also like
we're doing a
to
shopping
know
trip.
Oh, no, I just. If we stop somewhere, I would like to acquire magical items, and then if we're going to go get a boat, I would like to see if get some rope,
Oh yeah, I want to get more rope.
or I buy enough rope
Last
for.
I checked, this town doesn't really have much in way of magic items.
I could, that's what I'm saying. I would ask. A magical person? No. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Rope?
Rope, definitely.
About 300 feet of rope.
Magic rope.
Okay, so, Grim, since you're the only one going to a blacksmith or trying to find a shield, roll me an investigation check, please.
I'll just
I need
tell
it for
him
a
where it
prince.
is.
2. You said I could get prints fitted.
Well, is everybody going out together? Is
I'd
the question.
say yes.
I think I went with Mac down to the dock.
I'll
So
follow Grim and stuff.
Okay,
I'll
Logan,
show-
where are you
I'll
going?
show
I'm
you
probably
where the Grim,
going
where the blacksmith
with
is.
with Mac and
Traveling with me? or
With
you're going-
Ferry and
To the
yeah,
shops.
with Barry.
I'll just show Grim where the blacksmith is.
okay. So, one would you roll, by the way?
He did it.
He hasn't. Dope.
15.
15. Okay.
16.
He's happy about that. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So,
high for him.
Grim, you start heading down, going through town to the. You're now standing in the center where the hole is leading down, and Carrie looks up and just asks you what you need. She's like,
Where you going, buddy?
"You look lost,"
Oh, it's this way.
and you realize that you had gotten pretty close. She literally heads you down the other street, and two large buildings down is where the blacksmith is. You remembered
He would.
innately hearing that sound. As you go in, there's the younger of the two are there, in there right now, and he seems to be just maintaining the fire. Nothing seems to be in there right now. He's just doing maintenance on it right now. He looks up and
The
says,
blacksmith is Fang. I don't think I learned his name.
"Hmm?
I don't think I learned the younger man's name.
Yeah, I only have Fang.
Yeah.
Which one do you have?"
Fang,
Fang,
the older
yeah.
man.
Thought I gave you both.
Not to my notes anyway.
Yeah, I only wrote down Fang.
I don't think the younger boy really talked to us. Or
Didn't say
introduced
either.
himself.
Yeah.
You that boy.
Okay.
that boy?
Just double check.
Random name
Is it
generator.
okay? No, it's not actually. This one actually has a name. Because I did that the last time.
Yeah.
There it is. So this is I need to go to. Where is it? I don't have it. Sorry. It's Fang in there, and then his son, which is the one that's in there isn't half orc like Fang is. He looks more human, but he's sitting there, and as you can Grim asks for his shield. And he points to the other wall where there's finished arms already. There's 3 or 4 different shield types there. What he asked, which one are you looking for?
Heavy shield.
And you
light
see in front of you, you see there's a couple different. There's like the normal tower shield that stands. Well, it's way bigger. There's the normal arm shield similar to Kyrie's. There's a couple wooden ones there that
Not quite a
look
shiny.
like more for sparring and stuff
You're
like that.
big enough, you probably.
Just asking what you looking for.
Something large and sturdy, not wood.
Large and sturdy, not wood. Well, large and sturdy is the tower shield.
Tower shield?
If that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'll do that one. And could I also possibly buy a warhammer or a battle axe if you have one of the two?
Warhammer or battle axe. So next to roll investigation check, please.
15.
15.
It's 16 again.
So next to where they are, where the shields are that you were showing you, there's other types of armor there, primarily chainmail, full mail, and, stuff, and the splint armor that he has wearing a couple of plates of full armor there. Next to that are
Not in my size,
weapons. Nothing your size, no.
Yeah.
So he says, well, it depends what you're looking for. I have, you can see on the wall a couple different ones, whether you want a great axe, the great sword, or you were looking for a warhammer, right?
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you want.
Yeah, I'll take the warhammer.
Okay. So he says it'll cost you 20 gold
20?
for the warhammer.
Okay. passing the 20, and then how much for the shield?
Double checking the price right now for you.
Shouldn't be that expensive.
This is the tower shield itself will cost you 30 gold.
So
For it.
I give him 50 for both.
Yes.
And then can I put in a special order for a long metal chain to be made?
Well, I have some,
Okay, how long are
but
they?
depends on what you're looking for to do with it.
I would like
Kyrie,
to
what's up?
attach it to the warhammer to throw at my enemies.
Okay. It says, well, you need something that can withstand
The whip effect.
the whip effect, of course. It says, I have a 25-foot chain right over here that'll work.
25 is perfect.
It's pretty solid range.
Yeah,
Consider
I was hoping at least 15.
for a freaking melee weapon.
Yeah.
So,
On a chain.
Yeah.
so he sits there and goes, says, okay.
Might be improvised weapon.
But yeah.
Still
So-
gotta reach though.
Yeah, but you
Gotta
don't have
get
proficiency.
He said easy enough. He says, and then the chain itself is gonna. He said, all 1 gold for the entire chain.
One?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basic chain.
Is he proficient in chained warhammers?
I am today.
We
Find
will
out.
see.
I'd
But
like to,
I know what he's trying to do.
I do
use
too.
the chain of returning is what
Yeah.
he needs.
Yeah.
Doesn't Grog do that or something?
Yeah.
That's what Grog has.
Yeah. In the early
And
episodes,
it's
he doesn't
lost.
use it after a point.
No, he still does.
He uses it at the end.
A little bit. Oh yeah, he does.
So
He
anyhow,
haven't dies out in use though.
we're all sidetracked.
I would like to go up to him and go, do you do some more custom work instead of just finished and on the wall?
No, we always take custom orders.
I thought you went down to the shipyards with him.
No, I went with him.
Yeah.
I went.
I bamfed in Prince,
Okay.
and I said, I need some armor.
I bet it's gonna be like Kyrie's army. You're gonna have to come back.
He says, okay. That's
I don't expect that.
unusual.
Yeah, of course. And another price pool.
Roll an insight check.
Not skills.
22.
22 total.
Yeah.
He looks hesitant. Not necessarily sure exactly what to do. He's looking at Prince. He's walking around. He's like, okay. He's like it's gonna take a few days, if not a couple weeks to do.
Time's time.
And says, if you come back tomorrow morning, we can get more specific with my dad.
Okay. I'll come back at my earliest convenience. Can't promise it'll be tomorrow, but I'll try my best.
Okay.
Thank you for bamf him out. Thank you for your consideration. We'll be back.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Not a problem. So you guys leave, head back down. You guys need anything else?
300 feet of rope.
300 feet of rope.
Maybe a backpack?
Well, I have a bag of holding. It's
Because I was
Bruce's
backpack,
bag
I
of
can
holding.
put stuff in it, and maybe I can also store him in it.
Like zip him up to his head.
Kind of be like Yoda.
The bow.
All right. So,
And diamonds. I would like to inquire about diamonds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we
spell
got-
materials.
We got some diamonds.
I would like to inquire about diamonds as
His
we
own.
go.
to purchase. Okay. So the rope itself, it doesn't cost very much. It's 1 silver for every 50 feet. So you want 200 feet or 300 feet?
300 feet.
So it's 6 silver.
We have a backpack.
That's
A backpack.
That's a good length of rope.
Yep.
If you want to find a regular backpack, you can find it at most of the shops.
Those are
And it's only gonna run you about 5 silver for the backpack.
5 silver?
Yeah.
yeah,
Do we
those
have
are
to
the most
modify it
mundane
to-
items.
make it like a saddlebag.
Oh, for him, like his size.
Trying to
He
get
wants
one
to
of
make
those
it
now.
a baby Bjorn for me.
Yeah.
some finagling, but it can be done with a regular backpack.
I have leather
now
worker
mind you,
like
skills.
baby
I'm a
pouches
leather.
that you just
Oh
wear.
yeah,
So-
you can do it.
I'm a leather worker.
Yeah, roll.
And I have a
So
full
now-
set of leather
Roll.
Grimm's walking around with his shield.
I'll probably also try to get a backpack.
You're whiter now.
Five
You're
silver.
longer.
For the
5 silver.
Your
because
turn's
you
not
get
the
the
same.
fifty.
So,
It's not heavy
Well,
armor, but
couple things.
Succeeded,
Grim.
Really.
Are you proficient in shields?
Yes.
You are. Good. Which helps a little bit, not a lot. You have disadvantage on all stealth checks
Yeah.
while you have the shield on your person.
welcome to my world.
You have half cover while using it at all times. And
I
if
can
you
hide behind his shield.
Yeah.
you can use half of your speed at any point to grant yourself
Just fully hide.
3/4 cover.
So half my speed, 3/4.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're not moving and just trying to
Which is
basically
like
be a
plus
wall,
5 to your AC.
you can duck down behind it for half your movement speed, and maintain 3/4 cover.
So, I want next
You have a +2 to your AC from the armor,
time we get into combat.
but
I
it is
wanna
a
try to
large
get a surprise
metal shield.
'cause
It's
if
not
I get a
wood.
surprise
You
round,
picked
it's
the
a crit
heaviest.
automatically.
Pick the good shit.
Yeah. So
Well,
the
if you
shield
know where
itself
we're going,
stands
we can
about
scout it
4
out.
feet tall by
Well, and
2.5
yeah, I
feet
can
wide,
go ahead and sneak- I've
So
done
it's
that
not a
before,
small
where I
shield.
Sneak in,
Yeah.
and then the party catches up.
and that's just the basic shield for
Go
you.
in at night.
So.
Just be invisible. Just go
You
right.
gotta look kind of average on me though.
But
Yeah.
roll investigation for your diamonds, please.
Can I give him an advantage because I went with him to go to diamonds?
Sure.
Come on, there's a diamond place over here.
Or you can
somewhere.
roll if you want. 'Cause I know
Nope.
he.
Not one.
Did you roll that?
Two
no?
not ones.
Okay.
Two not
So-
ones.
As you guys are, as you go,
Probably take mud and just,
so
like, slap it over my face.
the 3 of you, or 4, because you're going with them.
Hey,
I-
I have diamonds.
You're with them as well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I
So
will try and take
all
you
of a
back to that
sudden,
shop we went to.
you guys are trying to go back down to where.
Maliko Stoneworks for me. That's where I know diamonds may be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where they might. Okay.
As
So
a thought, because I found the diamonds I have. I don't know where they would be purchased.
so all of a sudden you guys take a turn and you guys go toward
No, I think they should get a stupid.
the docks. And both Ferry and Logan are just it's over this way, and they start walking off toward the docks.
Guys, it's this way.
So you guys
Come on.
spend the better part of basically half hour detouring back from where you guys were walking. You guys make it into the stoneworks, and the same young lady is there. What would you guys like to do?
I've been trying to read my book on the go, so that's probably.
Yeah. Here you go.
I'm just at the docks playing pan flute, waiting for you guys.
It's good day, good day. There's diamonds. Would you happen to have any diamonds? Big, small?
Might have a few. What are you inquiring for?
Excuse me?
What are you inquiring for?
No use. I kind of like them, and they can be useful to day-to-day activities.
Roll persuasion, please.
Wow, that was.
Shit no more.
Oh, I need some guidance.
9.
You already rolled.
I know.
Would you roll?
9.
9. Okay.
Wanna go home?
Ask me for guidance before. Didn't
She's sitting there. She goes.
I
She
did
just
too.
gives you this quirky smile and says, "Okay, I'll be back in a second."
Oh, great. Scary.
Now you're
Tell me
gonna-
Harry's going to get scared. We gotta get
Now you're
So,
gonna get Cupid.
She disappears. She comes
But
back
I'll keep you safe.
10 minutes later, and she says, "We have some," and she pulls out from the bag 3 or 4 different diamonds. All of them are about a grapefruit size.
It's a large diamond. Shit.
Exactly what I said when she pulls them out. Oh, God. Sound looks like you got quite a lot there. Yes, how for sale?
405.
Yes. Never said how much you wanted.
I think he wants a little
Quanto?
less, chuck it at your head and take you out. I think he wants more, small size.
Well, you can grind those.
Keep it under 200 range.
On the 200 gold range?
Yeah, 200 gold range. Not 200 platinum.
Maybe break the diamond.
Small ones are 500.
So she says, okay. So you're looking for a few smaller ones than these, apparently.
Yeah.
How much? For those in the hand.
For these three, she looks up, does some math in the air. She says, one will run you 100 platinum
100 platinum?
for one.
And how much? 100 platinum. 1,000 gold.
It's 1,000 gold.
How many average diamonds would you get from that?
Is
what
that
you
like
should
the
ask.
smallest one she's quoted me on?
Yep.
It's not that I can't. It's just I really don't need that much all at once. I mean, I would like half, but if that's the smallest you have, I'll take that. But I only would kind of need half of that right now, and I could come back for the other half. Or if I have to take it all, I have to take it all. No big deal. Seed works.
Okay. Roll a investigation check, please.
No big deal.
Guidance.
Yes. Finally.
1d4.
I guess it doesn't matter.
No, at that point, it really doesn't.
Okay.
We need to bury those dice.
Um,
Let them recharge.
So,
A fairy, are you
as you're sitting there,
are you
looking over the
okay?
diamonds and talking with her, the diamonds entrance you. You're looking at them, and you just get drawn to them to the point that you don't realize that right behind her is a berry.
A berry?
Alberry, the female, that runs the place. Same one that you met the last time.
Yep.
You're just standing behind her, laughing and
Hello, man.
as you're watching it. She says, if you're looking for something that small, that's easily done. And she waves her hand, and the gem disappears. The diamond that you've been looking at disappears. And in your hand is smaller diamonds.
Still 100 gold worth?
Platinum.
Platinum.
What are the sizes of these now? Are they like?
They're all about a quarter inside in width around the top, and they stand, about a little bit bigger than a D20. They're not small. He just says if you need 200 to 500 gold worth, that's easily here. Like, how much do you need?
I'll take about 150. I'll take about 200 gold worth.
About 200. And so, from your hands, she walks up and gently lays her hands underneath yours, pulls back and lays them out, and very quickly has separated 200 gold worth, which is in the gold.
Pull it up.
Okay, which is here, and back wraps up, ties off, hands you a pouch with your 200 gold worth of diamonds that you asked for.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else?
I'm reading my book and saying, okay, we're done here. I think
Onto the docks.
Yep.
the
Okay.
docks are waiting.
Thank you so much. I cut 100 feet of my 300 feet of rope. I gave 100 feet to Grip.
Oh, thanks.
I'm playing a sad song. I'm not going food.
Okay, so you guys make it back down to the docks. Mac and Ilya, roll me investigation check separately or one with advantage, please.
19.
Dirty 20.
Okay. 5-10 minutes down there, you're able to.
Compared to our last.
Through asking around, they point to 2 different ships that are available that you can easily
Is this guy?
request services from if you wish.
Dude, we can hire.
This is the
Charter.
one.
We can charter a couple boats.
Mm.
2 boats.
The deckhands point you to 2 ships. One is relatively small. seems to have 2 or 3 people on the boat now currently, just either restocking it, cleaning it, doing
We
some
only
other
need a
things.
small one.
Which ship looks faster?
Then the other ship is
The small one.
about medium sized, but looks more like a fishing
Yeah.
ship.
We need the small one.
So then they go out and regularly use. There's about 6 to 10 people on the ship currently.
I mean, as soon as we get betrayed, we'll get a little extra room.
So, which one would you like to approach?
The
I
small
think we
one.
would go to the small one.
The small one. Okay. As you guys approach, there are. So there's about 3 people on, that you see immediately as you approach. What was that?
I was just saying, they got like half an hour to deal with this stuff while we were just
I know. So-
goofing off.
As you approach, you immediately see
Lost.
Yeah.
2 different
Okay,
human
spend a half
human
hour.
males, probably early 20s, both of them. They have very
Do they
tan
have eye
skin.
patches?
No, they do not.
Okay, Justin.
They have very tan skin, matty brown hair.
You never
They're
know
just-
when you're gonna run into a pirate.
At this point, they just seem to be cleaning the ship and trying to get up today as you guys approach the plank.
Ahoy!
Stereotypical.
The first one looks up
You're busy.
and says, "And how may we help you?"
We would like to charter your vessel.
He says, "Well, you talk to the captain about that."
Where's
Okay.
the captain?
Where's the captain?
Who are you?
So he says, leans up, and says, "Oi, captain!" The guy comes up from the bottom.
Why didn't you just get him for us in the first place? Why'd you have to tell us we need to talk to him?
If you can't make decisions, you shouldn't have talked to us.
As coming up from underneath the ship through the small hatch, you see a blue dragonborn
Blue is good.
coming up out of there. He is wearing regular leather armor,
Blue's water, right?
and he's sitting there. He looks around, and says, "And what's the commotion up here?"
We're interested in chartering your boat for a excursion.
Okay.
Yes, an excursion.
Where to?
To some cabins at the southern side of the island.
So just sightseeing, are we?
Yeah.
You could say that.
Okay. Well, when you guys want to leave?
As soon as the rest
When,
of our party gets
when
here.
our other 4 crewmen show up.
Sorry for the jackass.
He
I
says,
would say
"Okay."
about a half hour.
About a half hour.
Maybe 1 hour.
He says, "Okay." He says, "Well, how long do you plan on being out there?"
4 days. Round trip.
Okay.
We're-
Supplies,
Yeah,
food,
it's like a half a day, do a day to get there. And then
going out. He says, "Okay, well, we can do that. Be tight squeeze with everybody, but."
Well, 2 of our people are very small, so.
He says, "Well, for 4 days, it'll be about 300 gold worth
We're killing it
I
at the
can
Per
do that
day.
already, yeah.
All right.
per day."
300 per day.
per day.
1200.
I would say
Aha,
250.
okay.
If it goes
How about we'll do the whole thing for 950 gold.
I was gonna say 1,000, so
Do persuasion.
I thought it was killing me the money back.
I was shooting for 1,000.
20.
He says, "Still 1,200.
1,000.
1150.
Okay, I got 22 this time.
500.
Yeah, I got 22.
So he says, 1150.
1,100.
Best I can do is 350.
It's his deal.
Okay.
All right.
We knocked out your boss.
So now I'm sitting on the boat and playing my planned food, waiting.
Yes. Roll performance check, please.
Performance.
Yep.
Yeah, I suck it. Oh, I got a 21.
21.
Yeah, 19 plus 2. So
So you're sitting there playing. It's a rough start, and then it gets better. A nice, soothing, if not easy to do melody, but with time things will get better. But it's not horrible to hear. At least it's better than some things. So you guys sit there waiting. 30 minutes
And waiting. Oh,
passes.
You want to play the game of Assassin? It's a card game.
I don't know how to play cards. I honestly don't know how to play any games.
Why is that?
Go live by
obvious?
yourself in the woods for 20 years, and you tell me you know how to play card games.
Hey, squirrels can cheat. Don't trust them.
It's true.
I could
So.
teach you.
I'm down to learn.
Which game you guys gonna play?
I guess the game
It's basically the game of war.
Oh, okay.
You know, high card.
Yeah, so it's basically roll d12. Person with the highest wins. Yeah.
Come on. 7.
2.
Oh, I win!
You rolled a 20.
Huh?
You rolled a d20.
Oh, I thought you said roll a d20.
No,
No,
d12.
D12.
It doesn't matter. I got a 2.
It was still under 12, so it doesn't matter.
So, 20, 30 minutes pass, and
What?
the rest of your group make their way down to the
Oh,
docks.
about time.
Hey, we have a boat. It's already paid for.
Oh, good.
Great. When do we leave?
Now.
Now? Right now?
Don't we need
So,
some- we need
as
some
everybody
supplies,
gets-
don't we?
Oh, they already have the supplies.
Oh, good.
So,
3 days? 4 days?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
How long did we get this boat for?
4 days.
4 days?
We're cutting it kind of close.
We need at least 6. They're going to be there on the 4th day, and let's say they're late. We got to set up unless you want to be just dropped off.
No, let's stick to the 4 days. If we need longer, we'll just pay them
So,
more.
as you guys all
Just
get on,
force our way to.
Can I point out that it
They
said-
could also betray us.
We could leave them into the caverns.
who has a passive above 12?
I do.
I do.
Both my people do.
Wait, passive what?
Passive
Perception.
Oh yeah.
It's hard not to have that
17.
unless
Okay,
you're
so-
done with that.
Stupid about this.
As you guys all get on the boat, the 2 male deckhands that were on top of the first, both lean over, untie the rope, and push off from the dock. Because the agreement was to leave when everybody was here.
Yeah. I'm perfectly
So
fine with
they
that.
push off,
You
and
didn't tell them that everybody was there.
Oh, leave the captain.
so but you guys are now slowly drifting away from the dock.
We shall return, Red Larch. Thank you.
So with that, we are actually going to end here. So
Sweet.
thank you, everyone.
At least I got some combat in.
So.
And you made some money.
Yeah, I mean.